late. We started already. Your Google search.
You're talking about stuff I have to look up because you don't know the answer.
Impossible. No, I think we have to do an episode where we don't look anything up. We just spout facts, and that makes people have to correct us.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah. See, this is why I'm not going to type. I'm not going to type this episode.
All right, I'm going to say that StreamYard's Black Friday sale is not worth getting. That's my statement.
What's the price?
Don't know.
Oh, okay.
Nothing seems to actually specify
that's why you looked it up.
Yeah, and nothing seems to specify it. Someone will have to tell us, and by the time they tell us, the sale will be over.
It will be over because it's 3 days from now. So this episode won't even be up. Actually, it will be up in 3 days exactly. So if you tell us the day of the 1st, we might have time to get it. So, but we'll see.
Probably not.
So it's the 1st of December. Welcome to winter. How was your Halloween?
Yeah, I guess. Oh my god, I forgot that was before or after we recorded last. It was good. Halloween was fun. I did decorations, and then the wife and kids went out trick or treating, and I stayed home. We got lots of compliments on the decorations, and I did have some children who were scared of the skeleton, the 12-foot tall skeleton. Yeah. There was one little kid who didn't even come up the driveway at all, and I was like just waiting for. I see them. I was on the computer, setting up the lights for the house, like fixing some problem, and looking out the window just out the corner of my eye, and I'm like, okay, there's a kid about to come. I'll wait for them to ring the doorbell because I don't like to be, rude and open the door before they ring or whatever.
Yeah.
So I waited and nothing happened. I'm like, that's weird. So I go over the door, open the door, and look out the window, and they're walking away, and their parent goes, "Don't worry about it." Like, oh, I think they just walked away because the skeleton.
Too scared.
Sure. Yeah. It's usually the skeleton. Nothing else of our decorations is really scary. So,
yeah.
Fair
enough. We don't decorate nearly as much as you do. So,
yeah. I had one little girl. I had to open the door and convince her to come. I'm like, I got candy.
Someone please isolate that sound clip for me.
Yeah, exactly. Her parents were there and like, go.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
It's okay. It's safe.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we did the put the bowl out at the door and then let people come and get food, get what they want.
I've done that before, yeah.
Last year my wife was feeling left out because she got to stay home and hand out candy, and so I was like, all right. So she went to come this year, so we all went out. So it was good. It worked out. We came back and there was no candy left. I don't believe anyone took all the candy. I did put the security camera on it to watch, and I didn't see any massive depletion in bowl quantities, so seemed to be okay. Although we had suspicions last year that that's what happened, but didn't see anything this year. So
probably those two neighbor kids that I met. Yeah,
probably. We did have the neighbor kids come, not those ones, but other ones came twice, and we're like, okay, they weren't. I don't think they believe in Halloween or they don't participate in it in the same way that we do. And so they were just running around in regular clothes with plastic bags saying, "Give me." They realize everyone's having candy, right? So so they just ran around and got candy. And then their mother realized what was happening. And so she went and got like crackers from a box and individually packaged some in like Ziploc bags and put those out on the porch. Okay. And I was like, no, come on, kids. We could skip that house. I don't.
Let's get some crackers somebody touched and put in a bag.
Yeah. Actually, my son went to take some, and then he knows the kid. The kid came out and took the bowl inside saying, "We're more Halloween takers, not givers."
Oh, like, nice.
Oh, good.
Good.
Well, they don't care. They're kids. They're running around having fun. Not hurting anybody. I didn't want their crackers anyway. Yeah, it was fun. Did you dress up at all?
No. I don't dress up really. My wife and I used to go to Hmm?
I didn't know if you're trying to like fit the part of handing
No.
candy out or whatever.
We used to dress up when we went to our friend Halloween parties. We'd do that. We did that last year. We went to a friend's party, but that wasn't really Halloween. And then if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it like full out, so I don't bother.
Yeah.
Like I want a full on costume. We did almost buy a Crazy Bins costume. Did I tell you that?
No.
We were at Crazy Bins just before Halloween, and they had an inflatable Pikachu costume for
Oh, you should have done that.
$10.
You should have done that.
Yeah, I thought even for the swap that would have been awesome, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to end up wearing it and wearing it at home, handing out candy or big freaking costume. It was huge, huge.
You should have done it at least for the swap. You should have.
Yeah, I should have. Sell my
funny.
son's Pokemon cards or something.
Yeah, exactly. Walk around. Pokemon
Yeah.
Pokemon cards. Yeah. I did dress up. We were at my wife got invited to a previous coworker's Halloween party. We got invited for that. And so I was like, okay, I guess I gotta actually have to have a costume. So I sent you something to 3D print for me, which
Yes.
was the Xenomorph chest burster coming out of the chest. And so
That hooks
you printed that
onto
for me?
a GoPro mount, chest
Yeah,
mount,
a GoPro chest mount.
which is
Exactly.
cool.
So
Yeah, it's a good
it
idea.
did look really cool. So I spent it took me about an hour, almost 2 hours to paint the thing properly, like how I wanted it to.
Yeah.
And then I got for the Halloween party, I took like white coveralls. They used for we use them for painting bins at
Yeah.
work. They're really cheap, thin coveralls, whatever it is.
Yeah, I can picture
that. Anyways, and just cut a hole in the chest and stuck it through and had some fake blood and I sprayed it on. The problem with those coveralls is that they're almost hydrophobic. So the blood didn't actually really stick to it. It just kind of like ran all over the place. So it didn't work that great. But it did. Some people did get the costume and they understood. My wife went as Ellen Ripley, so she got like the t-shirt and jeans look from Aliens 2, and then she had one of those giant Nerf ball blasters as her gun. So it worked out. But then for actually Halloween, I was like, I can't wear this coveralls thing around the whole night. It's uncomfortable, first of all. And also the blood just didn't stand out enough. So I actually went to Value Village and just bought a white sweater, crew neck sweater, and just cut a hole in that and sprayed blood all over it. And then it worked out pretty good. So.
I didn't receive any picture of this.
No, I realized it was one of those nights where just like we had to hurry up and get out and get going because it was getting late. We were already late starting, and then by the time we realized we should take pictures, we'd already pulled everything off. So I could take pictures again. I do have the costume just sitting out in my hallway, so haven't put it away yet. But I did get some strange looks. If you see the chest burster at night and not sure what it is, it looks pretty phallic.
Pretty phallic. My wife asked when I 3D printed it because it was all white.
Yeah,
it was just sitting there on the desk. She's like, what is that? Like, no, look at the teeth. It has teeth. That's not what it's for. Unless you're into that, I guess. But.
Unless you're into that thing. Yeah. So, yeah, it was pretty funny. I actually put my costume on for the work for Melissa's, for my wife's party. I did it at work, or sorry, at my parents' house when we dropped the kids off to have a sleepover at their place. So I was getting prepped there, and I put the coveralls through, and then put the chest burster through the hole. And my dad gives me like the side eye, like one eyebrow, and says, "Well, it's a good thing it's not any lower." And no one knows my dad, but he's very conservative. So that coming from him was hilarious.
That was my assumption.
So
my brother did that one year. He went as a streaker one year.
Oh, really?
My mom took a pair of pantyhose and stuffed them with cotton to make him a big penis and balls. Yeah. I have photos somewhere.
Somewhere. Please share them online for everyone to see.
Oh, then our other friend, or a friend of ours that we went to high school with, was dressed up as a schoolgirl, and he's not a small boy. And he took the phallic thing and stuck it in his mouth for a picture.
Oh,
So
jeez.
that's the picture I have of my brother's costume. Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, man. Well, that's Halloween, I guess.
Yep.
Let's have something more to say about it.
No, but I'm going to send you that picture so you can react to it.
Privately?
Yeah. On Discord here. It's a special picture.
It's very special. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Good
That's funny.
times.
Well, what else have we been up to since the beginning of November?
Oh, I
Where's your
have a
list?
list of things.
Where's your list?
I do have a list. I mostly watch things.
Oh, come on. No, we're not there yet. We're not there.
Yeah, yesterday, just minding my business. All of a sudden, eBay chime sound. Cha-ching.
Yep.
What the? What? I forgot I even had anything listed. I think I only had one thing. Now I should go check to see if there's more. And then I thought, oh crap, where is it?
Oh yeah, even bigger. That wasn't my first thought, but yes, okay.
That was my first thought because I haven't listed anything on eBay in
over a year, 2 years,
maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
So I had to go and find the thing, and I'm trying to find it in my list. It's ended? No, sold. I don't know. Anyway, I was hoping to find where it was and find when it was that I actually bought it to know how long I've had it for sale. But of course, it's not showing in my ended listings or in my active listings because it's of course sold. It's on my phone, but it's a metronome. I went to Value Village, and they had 2 metronomes in a bag, and I'm just like, I wonder if they're worth anything. I know guitar equipment can be worth something sometimes. So for $5, the 2 metronomes in the bag from Value Village in 2021, wow. March 2021. I put them both on eBay. I think there was something else I bought the same day. It was a different bag. No, same bag. Sony video head cleaning cassette for Video 8.
Oh.
I put that on eBay at the same time. The cleaning head sold for $42. Nice. So I must have paid $7 for the bag because it was $260 with tax, whatever it was. The cleaning tape, which I now know those are $150 or more now. That sold for $42. It was brand new in bag. And then the newer metronome made by Roland sold for 11 something. This is all after fees and everything.
Yeah.
And then the one I just sold now was $20.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny. You sold something for $20 yesterday. I also sold something for $20 yesterday.
That is so weird. Was your thing bought and listed in 2021?
No, it was last year though, at least.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's been up there for a while. But of course, if anyone knows the Canadian situation right now, postal workers, the post office is on strike.
That sure does make things hard to ship, huh?
It does.
You found an alternative?
Not see, mine's listed for free shipping, so no.
Oh geez, mine's not listed for free shipping. They paid shipping.
Okay,
they paid $20 for shipping.
You might be able to get away with Purolator with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm debating. I also have a package to ship to our friend Top Spot because I bought something for him at a thrift store.
Okay,
those Lego arcade machines that I found forever ago, tiny little arcade machines.
Okay,
he had said when I bought them before that he wanted some, so I picked them up at the thrift store recently and I shipped them out to him.
Fun, cool.
Yeah.
So no, I haven't figured out a better way to ship them yet. I messaged the buyer right away and I was just like, hey, post office is on strike. Like I can't ship it in my normal 2 business days because they're not accepting packages. If that's unacceptable, feel free to cancel and I'll refund, no questions asked. Otherwise, I will ship it as soon as the post office reopens. So, I haven't heard back, but nope, haven't heard back.
Yep, that's on my list of things to do tomorrow is ship these packages. So I need to find out where to ship with either Purolator, DHL, FedEx, Federal Express, someone.
If you buy the
Somebody.
label through eBay, you will get a better rate than going to the store and doing it there.
That's a good point. But with eBay, I've already have it listed as Canada Post shipping. Is it possible to switch it after the fact, after it's already sold?
That I don't know.
It's a rhetorical question. I'll figure it out. I'm just,
Yeah.
Thinking about my options.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I sold a Pee Wee Herman Christmas DVD for $20.
Oh, that's at least timely. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Christmas DVD makes a hell of a lot more sense than a random metronome.
They're practicing for their Christmas choir.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I have a button to get a shipping label here on the eBay. Sure, I'm curious what shipping option is going to be. Oh, they have UPS. They have FedEx. Prices aren't bad. Canada Post would have been, it says $20 shipping, and UPS says $15.
Yeah, well, use UPS then.
And FedEx ground is $19.
Yeah, UPS then.
Yeah.
If they paid $20 for shipping, and you can send it for 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. They paid 22.
Yep.
Sweet.
That's the best way to do it then.
On eBay, you save 75% with UPS, is what it says.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but it sounds great.
I'll take it as truth for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Now, I might need to just double check the dimensions are right before I ship it off, but
yeah.
Sounds good to me. That's tomorrow's problem. So that's one thing I did.
That's cool.
I think everything else I have listed here is some thing we did together.
Yeah, well, that.
And aside from that, it's all TV shows and movies.
Man, you had a really boring November.
No, I watched a lot of movies and TV shows.
Okay, but aside from watching stuff, you haven't done anything else.
Did I tell you about video game? I don't know if I told you about this video game I played. Supermarket Together.
No.
So it's a free game on Steam.
Okay.
Multiplayer.
Okay.
And like a supermarket simulator.
Oh, like supermarket sweep kind of thing, or
no, like you run a supermarket.
You run a supermarket. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually really fun. Like buying the stuff, building the shelves, putting up the shelves because you just click a button to put them in, and then fill the shelves with stuff. Run the cash register to check people out, and then you get as you're there longer, you can hire people to do the jobs for you. Okay. There also has to be somebody doing security to make sure no one's stealing. You also have to manually check the prices to see if the market price has gone up because the prices go up once a week. So you got to reprice things on the shelf with a price gun. And then restock the shelves and then order more stuff to restock the shelves and put in more storage in the back. And
this just sounds like work.
I've been playing with my kids and they love it. So my wife watches a YouTuber who does crochet and knitting stuff. And she also has a gaming channel with her boyfriend, who's a gamer streamer. And my kids saw her playing it. And I looked it up. I'm like, this is a free game. They're like, really? So we went and installed it that night and all started playing it together.
Is it all like one screen co-op, or do you have to play on separate computers?
Separate computers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On Steam, it's free. I don't know if it's anywhere else or not.
What's it called again?
Supermarket Together.
Supermarket Together. Okay.
Yep.
I will look that up.
Pretty cool. It's still getting updates and stuff. It seems pretty well supported.
Dark Sector is free on Steam today. Thanks.
That's why I see people playing it.
Yep. Canadian Grooves posted that on. Keep? Yep, free to keep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I already did that. Yes, I do have that, and I noticed I have an app on my phone that notifies me of free games.
Perfect.
Yes,
I did have one and it stopped working. So
everyone should get the app. It is called. Let me see if I can find it. It is called Epic Freebie something. Epic Freebie Games Radar. They just stole everybody's names.
Epic Freebie Games Radar. All right.
Game Radar. Yeah. Yeah. Free games is good. Josh is busy writing that down.
Yep. I'm just getting it. That's all I'm doing. This is what our podcast is. We just hang out and like look at our phones,
Yeah.
right? And do stuff.
Yep.
Yep. Well, I also played a game.
No.
I did. Not only did I play a game, but I also streamed a game.
I forgot.
Did you?
Until you mentioned it, I thought that was within like before the last podcast.
What? No. It's since the last.
My mind does not like that far back. Feels like it was the last podcast.
Time is an illusion.
It is. It is. So yeah.
Well, after our last podcast came out, it was a few days later, and I was booked in for a medical procedure.
What kind of medical procedure, Josh? If not too private to
I
share.
Don't care. I mean, I
some would say it's the most private.
The most privates of procedures. I mean, I pretty much blasted it on Twitch, so I don't think it's very private anymore. But yeah, I got booked in for vasectomy, so that was fun. I got
Your
3 days
definition of
off.
fun and my definition of fun are different things.
Very different. Yes. No, I'm using the sarcastic fun for our audio listeners who can't see my face. Yeah. Not comfortable by any means.
But you still recommend it?
I mean, it depends on your goals.
Goal number 1, have no more babies.
That's the main focus of that procedure, yes. So yeah, it was, I mean, it's a bit awkward. I mean, you understand, like, these people are doing this, they're doing 7 a day, 2 days a week. They're doing 14 of these a week.
That's not even that many.
I thought that was pretty.
Do you work busy. 2 days a week?
No, well, he's also a regular family doctor.
Okay.
he's
surprised by. I'm surprised he's not like a urologist specialist or some.
Nope, regular family doctor. He just does this as his side gig or whatever.
Hobby.
It's his hobby, yeah.
Wow, man, get a new hobby.
He has 2 days a week where he basically just like, he does 7 a day and just like intersperses them throughout the day, kind of thing. Takes about 20 minutes. Mine took a little longer because there was a bit of a screw up, but it wasn't my fault. It wasn't their fault. There was some malfunctioning equipment that needed to get replaced. So.
Hopefully not your equipment that needs to be replaced.
No. Well, mine is now permanently malfunctioning. So it's okay.
Yeah, well, by design, yeah,
by choice. But yeah, after that, it's basically 3 days of do nothing. So I got it done on a Wednesday, and I basically just came home and laid down on the couch for the rest of the day.
That sounds great.
Yeah, and then Thursday, Friday. Thursday was my streaming day, so I had planned to just like make it all work. So it was like the morning of the vasectomy. I'd been planning like a week or two before. I'm like, I'm just gonna stream when I'm off because I'll be doing nothing else. It's my chance to play video games and I have no responsibilities. So I'll just do that. Mm-hmm. So I waited until the morning of the vasectomy to realize, oh yeah, I haven't set up for my stream yet. So I have to move everything from my desk here to my couch over there and get it all set up and ready to go. Which mostly worked. I think my audio levels were bad, but
it wasn't bad.
Other than that,
bad. When I came on and I helped you, I thought it was much better. Like it was.
Yes, for sure. So,
but everybody does that. Everybody's audio levels are quiet. It's just always the case
until you figure out, how it all works out.
Yeah,
having people in your chat to say yes, too quiet, too loud, too.
Yeah.
Anyways, got it set up, and then streamed on. I streamed for like over 8 hours on Thursday, playing playing
I think I
the
was there most of
Saboteur.
the time, wasn't I?
You were, I think, because you were working from home that day, I
Yes,
believe.
I was working from home.
So you just had it up and on.
Was that Thursday? You said?
It was Thursday. Yeah.
Why was I working from home? Oh yeah, I had a cough,
Yeah. There you
and my boss is like, "Yeah, you can just stay home with that shit."
go. So you did.
So I did.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was playing the Saboteur on Xbox 360, which is one I've been wanting to play forever. Um, Finally had a reason to do it. So, the Saboteur is an Irish guy fighting the Nazis in Nazi-occupied Paris, and it's like third-person GTA style game. It's like GTA mixed with like Assassin's Creed because there's a lot of climbing and moving around and like points of interest where you climb up and get, kind of like a bird's eye view of everything. So it's
hmm
uh it's it's pretty silly.
It was some nudity ish,
Almost.
almost nudity. I thought there was a DLC you can buy, and I thought I just heard Giant Bomb talking about that. The
Well,
giant
possibly, yeah.
there's a DLC you buy that's just to get nudity access or something like that.
That's funny. I
Yeah,
can't unfortunately buy that anymore because it's shut down.
yeah. I've never
Unless
played on
maybe it's
360.
on. It could be on Steam actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
I believe Saboteur is on Steam. Um, it is. It's very cheap on Steam as well. It's only $6.
So expensive.
So expensive. Um, I don't see any DLC attached to it though.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. It is on sale right now because of the Black Friday deals.
Mm. Yeah, I'm literally scrolling through Steam sales right now because got to spend that money.
Yeah, I know. A lot of my wish list stuff is on sale, and I'm very tempted. It's hard for me to not. I don't want to spend more than like $10 on a game.
Yeah, me
And
too.
so when
Usually, I
stuff
don't want
like
to spend more
drops
than 5 normally.
normally, yeah, but when stuff drops to under 10 or like $6, I'm like, I could probably buy that.
There's this game in my Steam wish list right now that I'm like, I want to buy this, but then I feel like I need people to play with, or I had to play with random groups, but way more fun with friends. It's called Blind Fire.
Blind.
It's a new first-person shooter game. It's only $11 or $11.50 or something like that Canadian.
Okay.
And basically when the level starts, it's a first person in an arena or in a room, and the lights are out. But when you shoot, your muzzle flashes can reveal where people are, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Or you can make noise, I think, too. There's a clicking sound you can do to get people's attention. There's mannequins on the level that look like people sometimes, at least on one of the levels I saw.
Okay.
It just looks like a freaking cool game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It reminds me of Screen Cheat.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a lot like Screen Cheat that way, where it's like some
Yeah.
gimmick of a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Screen Cheat, for people who don't know, it's basically it's a 2 to 4 player
Split
split screen
Yeah.
game where you're running around shooting, and the whole idea is to look at all the players are invisible. The idea is to look at other players' screens to see where they are, to shoot them where they are. It's very fun.
Yeah, because everybody does that in GoldenEye anyway. You're
Yeah.
always looking at each other's screens,
Yeah.
unless you're a good person with morals. But pretty much everybody does that and cheats and looks at the other people's screens to figure out what area they're in, like on what
Yeah, so you
area
can
of the
hunt them
level you
down.
are,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can hunt them down and find them. So
Yeah.
Screen Cheat is basically turning that on its head and making that the point of the game.
Exactly. And it's very
Yeah.
fun. It's a very
That's so fun. Yeah.
great concept. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'll
this is
add
similar.
this Blind Fire to my wish list
Yeah.
and
It's in
wait
my
for it
wish
to
list.
drop
It's
under
not on
10.
sale because it's brand new.
Yeah.
Actually, it's in early
It's
access.
not on
It's
sale.
new.
It's
Not on sale.
Yeah, it's just regular price for $11.79.
Yeah, so I might have to wait till the first sale. We'll see.
Yeah. So, anyways, I did 8 hours of streaming of Saboteur, and I would recommend the game if you like it. It's a little bit. This is gonna be my my blink bait here. It's got some jank to it, and he loves some jank, so that's
He doesn't listen to us.
he does actually. A little bit janky, which is fun. The good kind of jank. The saving is weird though. Like if you die, if you do a bunch of like little side quests, and then you die, and then you restart, all the stuff you've done since your last mission is all erased. So basically, if you want to save your game, you need to go and do a mission and then save at the end of your mission. And that's when
It's
your
really
progress.
stupid.
It's a bit dumb, yes. And also if you die, you can either choose to restart from your last save or go back to your house, restart from your house, but you lose all your guns and ammo. You have to re-buy all your guns and ammunition.
Weird.
Yeah. It's a bit strange, but not
And didn't we
unbearable.
determine that that was the last game released by that company? Isn't that what I said when you were in there in
Maybe?
the chat?
That's Pandemic, I believe. Yeah. Aren't they the same ones who did the Mercenaries games? I believe someone in
Yeah,
chat
I
was
think so.
saying
We
that.
talked about that.
Yeah.
It was me and Technodork.
I believe so, yeah. I don't know. I can't really remember everybody.
Yeah. Pandemic Studios is the developer. Released 2009. Their games release. It was the last game released by them. Yes.
Okay.
Before
There
that
you
was
go.
Lord of the Rings Conquest, Mercenary 2, World in Flames.
Yeah,
Destroy All
there you go.
Humans 2 is also them. Battlefront 2. Like,
Mm.
yeah.
You can kind of see it in
Army
like their
Men.
like destruction engine
Oh yes, a Dark Reign.
there. So
Dark Reign 2 is them.
yeah.
That was my favorite RTS other than Red Alert.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm going to see if it's on Steam. I have it on
I
disc
also
still.
what's that?
I have it on disc still.
Oh geez. I also played another game, co-op shooter with my friend Craig. We played and beat Fuse for the 360. I believe I talked about it in the last episode. Or the last
Sounds
two
familiar.
episodes. Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
So it's a third-person cover-based co-op shooter, 4-player co-op shooter, developed by Insomniac, so which is now a Sony studio. They made the Spider-Man games. They're also known for their Ratchet and Clanks and something else, I believe. But yeah, it's good. Oh, Sunset Overdrive. They also did Sunset Overdrive later.
I started that. Never
Yeah.
did much.
It's good. It is very very frantic, very fast paced. They do a really good job of making you feel like you're just in control of the fight. You feel that at any point if you screw up, they're gonna run you over, but they never quite actually do. And I mean, sometimes they do, but every time you die, you're just like, okay, well, I should have seen that coming. So, but they do have a pretty cool upgrade path. You do your unlocks, and you get like quantum powers. So Craig had this gun where if there was a group of enemies, whatever enemy you hit attaches a basically like a black hole to them.
Okay.
So if you hit a group of enemies and then you kill one, that one gets sucked into a black hole, and then anything around them who has also been tagged by a bullet chain reacts. And so you can like spray a bunch of guys, then kill one, and then they all basically chain react into a black hole, and then it's pretty cool.
Almost sounds like you're getting ripped off there. As soon as you hit someone with a black hole, they should be sucked in.
Well, it's just the start of it, right? Like it's not. It's
Yeah.
the whatever quantum thing they're using, fuse power they call it, which is pretty cool. I started with a pretty lame character in that one, and then halfway through, I switched to another one that has a fiery crossbow that basically pins people to the wall and just burns them alive.
Cool.
Pretty awesome. So, yeah, it's fun. And then after that, I've really been having this hankering for again playing 360 games. I've really been wanting to play more 360. It's that nostalgia hit that I've been getting lately. And cover-based shooters, obviously. So we did Fuse, and then I've really been wanting to play the new Army of Two, Devil's Cartel. New, it came out 10, 15 years ago. The third one in the series, the Devil's Cartel. But but I don't think Craig has actually. He's never played the second one, so we went back to play the second one. We're about 3/4 of the way through that one now, so we'll finish that one, then we'll go on to the third one. So that's the plan. And then who knows after that? What's that?
I never played any of them.
Do you like cover-based shooters?
Sometimes.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't mind. I played some Gears of War way back.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a lot.
I do like Gears of War. I need to play. I've started Gears of War 4 3 times and get to about the same point, and then I end up stopping. And then I think the first time I was doing it solo, and then the second time Ben was over and was like, "Oh, we need to play through it because we played the other ones all together." I'm like, "Okay, great." So I started over and got to the same point, and then we had to turn it off, and he never came over again. And then I think I was gonna do it again by myself, but I started, and then I was just like, I don't have time. So we'll see.
I mean, if you haven't played a Gears of War game, or if you haven't beat one, maybe you can't have a Gears of War console.
No. I've beat 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
I've beaten 1 and 2 multiple times.
Okay.
Yes, but I haven't. And 3 I beat once, and then I haven't played Judgment 4 or 5. So that is the plan. But I mean, I couldn't. The amount of time I spent in Gears of War 2 doing Horde nights, like I would have Xbox LAN parties at my apartment. I would have 4, 5 TVs, however many we could get in there, 2 people per console, and just running through Horde. And we eventually did. We got through all 100 levels of Horde, but it took a lot of coordination.
Sounds great.
Yeah. That was before I knew you. Otherwise, you would have been invited.
Yeah.
Actually,
I also didn't have a 360 back then either.
No? Well, I mean, we had enough 360s.
No, I bought it into
around,
PS3, so. But.
Oh, okay. We had enough 360s
and I bought
to go
it
around.
I bought my PS3. It was a Slim, and I think I bought it in 2009, 2008, maybe.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But it was definitely a Slim.
Can't remember what year we were doing that, but I would imagine it was before I was married, so that would have been before 2009.
Yeah, it was before. No, it might have been the year I got married, because Cynthia and I bought a TV and the TV we have here, and our PS3 at the same time.
Okay.
And it was for a Christmas gift for ourselves, I believe. It must have been the year we got married, which would have been 2009.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that was the.
But I did PC before that anyway. I did have an original Xbox, and then I dropped out of the consoles.
Yeah.
I think 2006, I traded my brother an iPod Nano that I had for his GameCube.
Hey, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
You still have that GameCube?
No. I got a Wii and got rid of the GameCube.
Yeah.
It plays them.
It plays both until it decides it's not going to.
Yeah. Well, I've got extra Wiis.
That's true.
And they're also modded with the WOD for optical disk emulation,
yeah.
so I don't even need to have a disk drive on it.
Yeah, fair. What else? I was gonna say, we were talking about that. My wife, well, my girlfriend at the time, she is the one who bought me my first 360 randomly. I think we were just out somewhere. I can't remember. Maybe she did buy it for my birthday or for Christmas one year. But I was with her when she bought it, and I had that one for quite a long time. And then eventually it did a red ring, and then I got it replaced. I think Microsoft just replaced it, and then that's the one that I gave to my dad. Eventually, it also red ringed probably 2 years ago, which I mean it lasted a long time.
Yeah.
But it was from that Xbox that I won my current Xbox S that I have, 360S. So I had to have an Xbox to win an Xbox through Microsoft.
That makes sense.
Yes. I had to. It was like one of those things where you download the new profile picture and have it up as your profile for X amount of days. which I did. And then I got a random email saying I'd won. And of course I didn't believe it because I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever, sure I won. Why would you contact me through email? Like, and then I was just like, I forget what it was. I must have just clicked on the link or tried something. And it's like, you've won, call this number. And I double checked the number and it was a Microsoft number that I had to call. So I called it and they were just like, yep, here's the skill testing question. All right, what's your address? All right, we'll send you an Xbox.
That's crazy.
Within a week, I Pure Later shipped it to my house. So that's the Xbox I still currently use. Yeah. Crazy. I think that's all the games I've been playing. I've been wanting to play more. And I've been wanting to stream again, but obviously that doesn't happen.
No.
So. And I was actually going to stream on the Friday. So here I was. Okay, I'm supposed to have 3 days of rest, right? Don't do anything. The doctor's literally just like, lay down, sit. On your second day, he's like, you need to be laying down flat at least like 2 half-hour sessions during the day. Like, okay. I mean, I don't think that really happened, but and then same thing Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, whatever. Unfortunately, on Friday, my wife got really sick to the point where like she was in bed, couldn't get out of bed, sick.
Oh boy.
And so I am up trying to take care of the kids, doing all the dishes, getting them bathed and whatever. And my wife, she felt really bad, but at the same, like, it just had to get done. So it was a rough couple of weeks, or sorry, a rough couple of days, but almost a week at that point.
Of not resting.
Yes.
Against doctor's orders.
And that may have actually hurt me because I think it did take longer than usual for my recovery.
I mean, at least you didn't try and climb a fence.
True. Or jump over a barrier.
Yeah.
But I mean, it worked out. And then 10 days later, we had the Toronto Game Expo.
Yeah, that was the thing we
So
did.
I'm also prepping for the Toronto Game Expo while in recovery.
Which is really good idea.
Really good idea, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think of it when I booked it, and I was like, by the time I realized, I'm like, oh, it's too late now. I'm just gonna have to roll with this. So, but I managed to get. I didn't do anything for like 5 days. In the last like 2 days before the expo, I was like cramming, getting stuff done in and out, and then basically, I don't know, every 30 minutes, I would just have to like sit down for 5 minutes, just to, okay, I'm good, and then back to it. So got it through. And then I'm not supposed to lift. I'm not supposed to lift over a certain amount of pounds, and here I am carrying all my game cases, like my game totes up the stairs, packing the car. But I'm glad I packed the night before. Let's just say that much. I had time to recover in the night before. Not that I got much sleep, but
could have messaged me for help carrying stuff.
It's too much work, man. It's not that I don't want to. It's just like I feel like such an inconvenience. You say that just as I would say, you can call me.
Yeah.
But I know that you won't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The offer still stands.
Exactly.
And if you'd hurt yourself, I would be calling you out on it.
Good. I'm glad you should. Well, that being said, let's talk about the expo then. Expo.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot though. I helped my wife who sold crochet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She made more money than it cost, which is good.
That's good.
She made probably, I think it was, I don't know, it's not twice as much because after her expenses, she still made twice as much as it cost. I think is the way to, about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So that's good. She's debating on doing the next one, which is now a 2-day event.
Yeah, that's a big commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be fun to make a weekend out of it where we just go. I even thought we could do where we have like half her stuff, half my stuff on the table,
mm-hmm.
and see if that works out. And but that also makes it difficult to choose where to sit, like in the area of crafting stuff or in the
Yeah.
area of video game stuff.
Well, I mean,
So,
so in terms of where she was in relation to like in the show we were at, it seemed
mhm,
like a good spot because it was kind of like a right in between. It was like one half was games, the other side was Artist Alley.
yeah,
So
but
in
I
that
don't
case,
think
it
you
would have
can
been
guarantee
fine.
you're going to be in that same spot though.
I mean, we know Hodge. We could ask for a little favor.
We already had Retro Chase Games mentioning how you got such a premium spot and they were a sponsor of the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. When we were talking to the guy behind us, right? He's like, I was wondering how you guys got such a good spot. How that work out? I'm like, I don't know. We know Hodge. I don't know.
We're friends with Hodge.
It's probably more likely that you were the only person who had 4 tables and fit there or something like that.
I
But
mean, yeah, it might have worked.
we can just say it either way. Depends on whether we want to feel people to feel good for us or feel bad for us or to get
Yeah.
mad if we get special treatment. I don't know. Not sure which
If you
way
get
is
upset,
better.
don't listen to this show.
Yeah, exactly. That's all right. No one's listening to this show.
No. Uh, yeah, it was a good show. It was very busy.
Yeah.
We won't. I don't. There are some things. We talked to Hodge after. I mean, the loading in and out was a bit of a kerfuffle in the morning. But I mean, feedback was given to Hodge and the rest of the expo crew, and I think they are in talks to try to
I think he was
smooth that
aware.
over for next
Yeah,
time.
that was
Yeah, they're
outside of his
aware of the
control.
problem, so
Yeah.
yeah. But I think other than that, everything went very smoothly. So from my end, from a vendor perspective, I can only imagine what he's going through day of all the little fires he's got to put out.
Uh,
So,
Speaking of the actual event, sitting at my wife's area by the artist stuff for only like 10 minutes or so,
mhm.
I could see it was visibly less busy in that area.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like it seems like the majority of people that come in are not going through the artist area, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
It seemed like that from being in her area for not too long. But you were busy. When I looked over at you, I'm like, I should get back and help Josh. And then she went and tried to find something for our daughter. So I felt bad, but
That's fine.
it was
Worked out.
visibly less busy in the artist area, or at
Mhm.
least her row. And her row was kind of odd too, because of the table across from her was, I can't remember. It was blank or it was some kind of weird thing. I can't remember what it was. I don't remember.
I
Just
did
sitting
see a
at her
couple
table
empty
looked odd.
tables. Feels like some of the vendor one or two vendors didn't show up.
Oh, I
It
saw
was a
lots of vendors on the far side that didn't show up. But I think that might have been the game area.
Oh, okay.
There was a bunch of empty tables over there, but
Hmm.
I don't know the
Well,
story.
as long as they paid.
Well, that's the thing. I wonder if they still had to pay or if Hodge gave them the benefit of the doubt, like if they had a family issue or family
Yeah.
sickness or something like that. But don't know.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, once it got set up, so I brought my wife and my kids. They wanted to, so I brought my oldest son to the Berry Game Exchange, and he had such a fun time. So I was hyping up the Game Expo to him. Um,
Mhm.
but then he hyped it up to my youngest, and so now my youngest wanted to come. So now even even then, if I was going to bring my oldest, I wouldn't feel right letting him wander the expo alone. He's only 7
It's
years
a
old.
much bigger show too.
Much bigger show, way more people. He would get lost or, unaware of something. So I was just like, I don't really feel comfortable letting him wander around. So at the same time, my youngest wanted to come, and I needed my wife there to walk my oldest around just to be with him. So so they all came. We had to bring 2 cars. And my youngest is a bit, I would say, I'll use, he's got some ADD or something like that. He can't focus on one thing for too long. So it's kind of like after an hour being at the expo, he's just like, okay, I want to go home. Like, I'm done. But I was like, no, bud, like, we're here all day. You don't understand. So then he gets rangy, right? Like he starts climbing on chairs and under tables and like bumping into people and pulling stuff off the table. So in order to control him, my wife then just puts Bluey on the phone so that he can watch Bluey, which then in turn, my oldest wants to watch Bluey with him. So he doesn't he doesn't enjoy the game expo being there. So I'm just like, well, I don't know if this was.
And they might as well just been at home then.
You might as well just been at home. So, but he did want to sell Pokemon cards. He wanted to make some money. So we went through some Pokemon cards that I had laying around and just made like little mystery bundle packs for $1. And he made about, so I bought them how many years ago for, I don't know, the whole pack for like $30, and then ended up, I'm probably breaking even on them, selling them for $1 a piece. I could get more probably if I went through each one and sold them for what they were worth, but that sounds like way too much work and time. And for $2, $3 I would make on the card. So I just said, "We'll pack them up and you can have the money for it." So that was good for him. He made a little bit of money. But if we go to Barry Game Exchange again, I'll probably just bring him to that. I'm not sure if he'll come to the expo again. It's just going to be me and him. So it would be a lot of work to try to control him.
Yeah.
But the show was good. I did get about 30 minutes before the show opened to actually run around and get some stuff that I was looking for. Even got some stuff I wasn't looking for, but when you see a good deal, you get the deal. So when you see a game for $5 that's worth 30, you just buy it.
Yep.
And then a couple of 360 games that I needed, including Captain America for 360. Like I said, I've been in the 360 mood, so been looking for that one
before.
You've been looking for it, or you've had it before?
No, I've had it before. I got it at a garage sale, super cheap, way back when it still had value.
I mean, it has way more value now.
Does it?
Yeah, I paid up for it.
Captain America Super Soldier.
Yep.
I paid 25 cents.
Oh man, I hate
50 cents. 50 cents at a garage sale in Laurelwood, and I sold it to Good Time Games for $17.
Dang,
at the time, it was worth 25.
I'd have paid 25 for it. I paid a lot more than that for it.
That was 3,344% profit.
Good Time Games.
Yep.
I could talk about them after.
That was the old Good Time Games.
Oh, the old Good Time Games. Okay.
Yeah, the problem guy. Yeah.
I got one more Wii U game off my list. I think I'm down to like 20 games now I need for the set. So getting there. It's hard to get out and find all the stuff I need at decent prices. I need a lot more time. That's hard.
Yep.
When I'm trying to sell, it's hard to get out.
Yeah, and busy. Constantly busy.
Constantly busy. Yeah, once the doors opened, man, it was just a flood. Just a flood. And Fraser so Fraser and Hodge are from R3 Podcast, which, rip to them, by the way. I don't know what's going on. They've been gone for MIA for months. So
I think Fraser blames it on Hodge when I talk to Fraser.
And Hodge probably blames it on Fraser. So
well, Hodge has the Game Expo to blame for now, but after that, I don't know what his excuse is. Like right now, I don't know what Hodge's excuse is.
Whatever, it's dead. We'll just call him dead. Rip. Pour out a ginger ale for them. And then, Fraser was just like, every time, yeah, there you go. Every time a bus pulled up, it was just the whole bus just poured in to the expo.
So he was working at the door.
He was working the door until he said about like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was just constant people coming in, and really felt that at the show. Like the table always had someone at it, like looking at stuff or trying to buy stuff. So it was good. In terms, I won't go into details, but in terms of monetary value, it was not it's not the first Game Expo. Mind you, my game selection I think is not as good as it was for the first expo. That was a record number, but it definitely wasn't the worst show. It was about right in between.
And you only had 4 tables, whereas you've done more before.
I had 6 tables at the first expo, and then I've done 4 tables, I believe, ever since.
Okay.
So maybe 5. I think the one end of year last year, the one when Adam Corlett came, I think I had 5 tables.
That sounds right. My picture, because you had the Django console in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had you, Troy, my wife, and your wife, and me. That's 5 people, 5 tables, I think. So this one was 4 tables, you and me, constant, or my wife and I there.
Yep.
If I'm again also debating doing the show next year, the 2-day show. I believe it's in March. Look it up. Actually, you know what? We'll put this out now. It's a 2-day expo. If people wanted to come and make it an unofficial CC weekend, that would be pretty fun.
That would make it worth 2 days.
It would make it worth 2 days. We could float that idea out somewhere. This is me floating that idea. Enough people listen to this. So
people listen to this?
Enough people who would come listen to this. It would be pretty fun.
Let's just get some Q dogs and then everybody will come.
Exactly.
That's all it takes.
All it takes. Q dogs, we're calling you out. Maybe we'll go to Portland if you come to Toronto. Maybe. So, what else?
You were in a YouTube video.
I was in a YouTube video.
Not your face, but you were in a YouTube video. My son's back was also in that same video.
Yeah. Both my kids and my wife are in that video.
Yes, they are.
You want to say what video it is?
Jay Bartlett's video for the Toronto Game Expo.
Yeah. It was very funny because I know Jay Bartlett because he used to do the KW game exchange, game swap, whatever we call it. The old one with Pete and Andrew. And the first couple, Jay Bartlett used to be there as a guest. He would be signing posters. He did the NES Quests videos a long time ago where he tried to collect the entire NES set in, I think it was like a week or a month or something like that. Like it was pretty intense.
It was longer than that. It was the documentary, right?
Yeah, the documentary. Wasn't it? I thought it was like a month.
Maybe a month, not a week. That's for sure.
Okay. Because he was going all over the place trying to get all this stuff. And without using eBay, he had to buy it like in person.
Yeah. But he traveled all over the US doing it, right?
Yeah.
Canada. I think he started in Canada.
Canada and the US. He did the whole thing. So when that was coming out, he was doing he wasn't selling the DVD, but he was selling posters and talking about it and stuff. So I remember him being at the very first swap that I ever went to.
30 days. Yep.
Okay.
Without purchasing it online.
Yeah. And so when he came by the table, he looked vaguely familiar, but I was just like, I don't know. Anyway, so he bought something and he was like, he asked permission to film, and I said, of course. And then after it was done, I was like, what's your YouTube channel? He's like, oh, Jay Bartlett. I'm like, oh, I know you. He didn't say
his
anything.
Beard is much longer. He used to have a beard, but it was short.
Yeah.
Similar to mine, but better maintained.
Yeah. And he didn't have long hair, I don't think.
He always wore a hood or a hat or something.
Or a beanie or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but this was just like, he looked a bit, he looked different enough where he looked familiar, but I couldn't place him.
Yep.
So once he said his name, I knew who he was. So, and I haggled with him. I didn't give him all he wanted.
Yep.
he lowballed me pretty hard. I had to I had to meet him in the middle. So, yeah. Anything else? Expo wise, nothing.
I don't think so. I didn't do much. Okay. My son made a ton of money.
Yeah, he did make a ton of money. Holy!
He sold Skylanders, Pokemon cards. That's it, I think. But he sold a ton of Skylanders.
The Skylanders.
There was one guy who came by with his son, and his son just started picking them out that he wanted. So he ended up spending $50 on Skylanders. And then later on, they came back after we had realized that I'd never sent out my son's Pokemon cards. I didn't want to set out my son's dollar mystery packs because your son had his out. I didn't want them directly competing with each other. It's your table, you paid for it. Your son sell first, then I'll consider. But my son had a binder full of cards that you could see and pick out one card for 25 cents.
Okay.
So I put that binder out when some space freed up on the table later on, and that guy and his son came back around later on, and his son saw it and was like, I need this card. I need this card. I need this card. I need this card. And his dad's like, do you really need those cards? Do you really, how much are these? Do you really need these? Okay. And he starts going through the binder, and the kid's just pulling out tons of cards, and he's also dropping, there's coins in the back of the binder, 1 coins. And he's dropping some of those out, and the dad's like, how much for the whole binder? I'm like, well, let's just count the pages. It was like 18 pages or something like that. And I said $15 for the whole binder because it would have been 4 anyway. Doesn't matter. It would have been around $18. I gave it for 15. He said, including the binder? I said, yeah, sure. And he took it and just bought the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just move on.
Yeah. Oh, and my son had the Bowser amiibo / Skylander with the car for Skylanders superchargers, and that sold as well, which was $25. So that helps.
He was been trying to sell that for
that sold to someone else. That boy wanted it too, but his dad wouldn't buy it because they didn't have the Wii U. It only works with the Wii U games.
Wii U Skylanders,
yeah. It only works with Wii U superchargers and above.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. But they didn't have a Wii U at all, so let alone the game for Wii U. And the boy's like, I want it anyway. It's rare.
I know your struggle, young man.
Yeah. Can't relate at all. Especially considering we had 2 of them.
But why?
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, good show. Looking for the next one. I'm debating. I probably wouldn't do 4 tables. I mean, we'll see how much stuff I have, but I might do 3 if we're doing 2 days.
Yeah.
And just rotate stock. I'll see.
Yeah, I wonder how 2 days is going to be.
Yeah.
Like one day could be totally dead, or
it's
if it was 2 days of that same amount of people. Oh my God.
So that's the thing, is like it might be the same amount of people split up over 2 days.
It could be, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll have to talk to Hodge to see what their market research suggests.
Yeah, get the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Should just have him on here for an interview.
Again, that takes work and coordination that I don't have.
He can't even do his own podcast. Why does he do ours?
True. Can you imagine? Fraser's like, what the hell?
Hey, you had Fraser on too, whatever.
Oh man. Yeah, it'd be funny. I'm still pestering my friend Craig because he still has all his childhood games that he pulled out of the box, put the box in a box, and left the box alone, and they are all pristine mint condition, everything from Game Boy up to PS4.
That'd be a good excuse to have.
I was like,
swap the 2-day event.
Dude, like the amount of, he just sent me like 2 pictures. I couldn't see everything. I'm like, dude, you've got $2,000 sitting right there, just in those 2 pictures, and you have more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So when he came over after, I'm just like, hey man, next show's in like March, 2-day show.
I could use some inventory.
I don't think he wants me to buy it from him because I pay less than what he could get, but I was just like, come in, like I will get the table for you. You can sell beside me so we're together. And at least, but I'm like, you can get your stuff. Like he wants to start a business and he wants to buy.
He has experience selling at a farmer's market, so it's not like he's unfamiliar to that environment. And he's come help us before.
And he's helped before, yeah.
So
I was like, hey man, you have all these expenses and stuff. I'm like, this is a great way to fund it. And obviously, I want him to make his money too. So
yeah.
I mean, hopefully, we'll see. See what happens.
Yep. Speaking of which, I have this shelf sitting here behind me. You may notice out of place and not normally there. That's because we were rearranging the basement, but it ended up getting all my neighbors' game consoles on it because he gave them to me the day before the swap and said, hey, you want to sell some of my stuff? And I sold just 2 games for him at the swap, and then Josh bought the rest of the games off me to sell for him to sell. But I gotta test that stuff out more. I already tested the Xbox One. It seems to work great. It's also the Xbox One Elite with the Elite controller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. and the SSD hard drive.
Nice.
There was also a bonus game in the console. You want to guess what game it is?
Halo.
No.
Oh. Oh, the show. Nice.
The show 23, which actually is worth still $23 or so.
Loose?
But he doesn't have the case for it.
I was
He didn't
gonna
give me
say.
the case.
Yeah. Go back over there. Hey.
Loose disc, it's worth it's the same as not, basically.
Oh.
'cause
Well,
it's a
get that
racing
listed on
game.
eBay quick before it loses its value.
I should. But I was hoping to give him his money from the rest of the stuff and ask him if he has the case for that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's pretty organized. He usually would have the case for stuff.
Yeah. Ask him if he's got any more he wants to sell.
Yeah, I don't think there's any more where that came from. He does have Lego sets though, and Pokemon cards.
Sounds like you need to get a table for him.
Yep.
That's funny. Well, after I made all that money, I had to spend some money.
Bought another mini bike.
I thought about it. A couple popped up that were cheap, and I asked about them, but they never got back to me. So they sold because their prices were too good.
Yeah.
But Black Friday is today / tomorrow / this weekend.
Yeah.
So Good Time Games has their sale on right now. So I wanted to go this. It's all like no tax basically on most of the stuff. They have a clearance table that's like $5 or less. A bunch of stuff.
Sounds like it could be fun.
They have a bunch of games that are anything that's like a bunch of $5 games and under is like 5 games for $10. So, but a lot of it's been picked. There's a couple. I picked a couple things that might be okay. One game I put down, and then I went and found another one, and then brought it back, and I went back to go get the other one, and then someone else had picked it up and taken it. Oh, darn it! But I did get some cool stocking stuffers for the kids. Like they had some stuffies for $2 or $3 a piece, and regular priced for like $14, $15. So picked a couple of those.
I could use stocking stuffers.
Go and check it out. They got a bunch of pins that I picked up. I don't know where they are right now.
I had like to ship tomorrow. I have time to go also to Good Time Games.
Have a look over it. Maybe they restock. I don't know. But what really ticked me off is someone just walked in and it was just like, I need Guitar Hero for Wii. I need a guitar and a Guitar Hero.
Okay.
And he's just like, okay. So he gets the guitar, he brings it down, he's got the game. The guitar for Wii, covered in stickers, hasn't been cleaned. He's telling them if the buttons are sticky and they don't work, pull the thing apart. You clean these contacts, put it back together. It's missing the cover at the back that keeps the remote in.
Oh God!
He's saying it wedges in there, it won't fall out. And it does, I'm sure. Want to take a guess how much he charged for this controller?
I was thinking 40 off the bat, but like you keep
$68.
describing problems. Oh my God!
$68, and this person just paid it happily, plus the game, an extra $10. And then decided they needed a Wii on top of it. Then they bought it because they're buying it for her brother or something like that who really wanted to play it again. So Christmas.
But he has to play it on Wii?
It has to be the Wii one, I guess. That's the one he played.
Weird. Yeah.
So
the worst experience of fucking Guitar Hero you're gonna have.
Yeah. And then bought a completed box Wii for $158.
Yeah.
So these people just dropped over $200, just walked in and
why you need a game store? Josh.
Jeez. I don't have enough inventory. I couldn't.
Look at your wall behind you.
Listen, I'm not CJR.
Yeah. But you could buy CJR's inventory.
I don't have enough to buy CJR's inventory. Have you seen his stock? Holy smokes.
I didn't actually go see his table. I saw that he had a table. I walked by it when my son was blazing past everything looking for amiibos, I think. And I never went back around to it, I don't think. But then again, I may have, and it just wasn't what I was looking for because I don't usually look at the vendors.
Well, yeah, like we saw him. He did say hi to us.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, he's pretty recluse nowadays. He doesn't really talk to many people, but at least he said hi to us. So Did go by his table. He was talking to somebody, so I didn't actually get a chance to talk to him, but
Yeah.
kind of acknowledged, hey.
Yeah. And the context of how you just sell things makes me feel bad that I don't want to draw attention to it either, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, anyways, good time games Insider sale. I bought a couple of games. I don't know where they are.
Unrelated, I fixed a PS Vita for you.
You did. I need to pick that
Yeah,
up from you.
that's fun. Something for you to sell. I gotta bring that by.
I don't know if I'm gonna sell it, to be honest. I might just want a second PSP.
You need another one?
It's a backup for my Vita. Anyways, okay, this I bought for $250.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah. Okay.
I figured it's worth about 10, so I might make some money back.
I know of it. I've never looked.
And then, sorry, PS. Every other game was like buy one get one 50% off.
Okay.
Plus no tax. So it worked out. I got the Order 1886, which is what I've been looking for a while. Again, spent a little bit more than I wanted to, but with 50% off, no tax, kind of worked out. And then I also got Shadow of War, which is the sequel to Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Which this one got a bad rap because it was all like loot boxy and microtransactions.
Okay.
But I forget. I think it was maybe on Bombcast. They said no, they pulled all that. It's just a regular game now. So that's why I bought it. So, yeah. And then I made an even bigger purchase. Literally, this happened today, and then this other thing popped up tonight, and I'm just like, oh, that's a really good deal. I bought a Switch bundle.
Switch OLED?
Switch bundle. I'll show you the games that came with it, and this is what sold me on paying what I paid for it. So first game, Moonlighter.
Okay, I've heard
worth
of it.
About $40. Super Smash Ultimate.
Good game. Okay.
50.
Yeah.
Worth about 50. I already have it. I bought it. I found a copy for 20 a couple months ago. So keep that one. Sell this one for 50. So I'm already up to $90 here to take off my price that I paid. Pokemon Shining Pearl.
Yep.
The UK
release.
release.
PAL, yeah.
Still works though, region free.
Yes, it does. It's region free. Yep.
Pokemon Shield.
Okay.
So what's this, like another 90 for both of those? Like one's for, I think the Peggy one's worth a little bit less.
Yeah. Let alone Shining Pearl's already worth less than Sword and Shield, I think.
Yeah.
I got it for a good deal on Amazon. I think I paid $27 brand new for that one.
Yeah, that's not bad. And then this one.
Okay, yep.
A nice Let's Go Eevee with the Pokeball, the big box. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the price of this, but
yeah,
this
I know. The ball's still $80.
Yeah. So the whole thing, this thing still costs about between $150 and $180 for this package.
Ridiculous. Yep.
So I'm at about, we'll say $300 that I get back out of what I paid for.
Yeah.
So what bundle did I buy?
Zelda one OLED.
The OLED.
The problem is you're going to keep it and not sell it.
That's the whole point. So I paid $475.
Okay.
Minus.
This is a Good Time Games.
No. This was just on Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were still talking about Good Time Games.
No. I moved on. This popped up after I came back from Good Time Games. So $475. Take away the $300 on to make selling the games off.
So yeah, you might want to go to my marketplace and start looking for stuff.
Now, so I basically got this for $175, which is ridiculous.
I'd buy that for $175.
And the guy has barely played it. Everything in it is mint. But I wouldn't have been able to do that without my Expo cash. So
Yep.
It helped. I just have to make sure my son doesn't see all these Pokemon games, or I'll never sell them.
Yeah.
So it's nice. I have it charging back in my dock over there. I'd pull it out and show you, but it was completely
your
dead.
pants, it's fine.
Completely, yeah. Completely dead. When I showed up to buy it and I went to turn it on and it wouldn't turn on. They plugged it in,
Yeah.
it wouldn't turn on because it was plugged in. We had to like we're like testing the receptacle. Oh, the receptacle's not working. We need to go try it. Like, anyways,
Seeming
I'm like,
sketch.
we found a plug. It turned on briefly. I saw the Nintendo logo and I'm like, okay, it turns on. I'm sure it's fine. So, but it works good. Now I have to figure out multiple accounts. And now this is my question for you now is how does this
Yeah.
work? If
I
because I have
one
my other one, my launch Switch.
yeah.
I know there's like a primary and secondary. How do I set it up? Which one do I set as my primary? Which do I set as my secondary so that my kids can still play all the games that I've downloaded and I can still play all the games I've downloaded on this Switch? Or can you do that?
I only own like 2 digital games on Switch.
Okay.
Now my son owns a couple and he plays them on anything. I don't know. I'd have to try it out. I know I
Okay.
have the same accounts. Like we each have our own
Yeah.
Nintendo account and we have 4 different Switches.
Mhm.
And all of our accounts are on all the Switches. So I could test that. I just haven't run into a problem with it yet, but I do recall a question about which Switch something was on. Save games is a whole nother problem. I wouldn't even
Yeah, save games you have to
want to
every
address
time
with
you
it.
want to move, you have to basically transfer your save one to the other.
Unless you have Switch Online, but
Over
only
the
some
over the
games
cloud,
support
basically.
that. Only some games support that,
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
which I found is not very many games actually support the cloud save of save games.
Yeah.
At least the games that I was checking, like Pokemon games, none of them support it. Just
Of course
not
Why would
allowed.
they? Why
Yeah,
would they?
exactly. Yeah, don't know for sure, but I do have games I can test it with, like try and play it on 2 of my Switches at the same time or separately, one then the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious, like, which one do I set up as my from what I've been reading is basically like leave the other one as the primary because that's the one the kids are going to play mostly on, and then set up this one as my secondary because then I can still play whatever I want to, download what I need to
I just
when I
don't know what the
want it.
restrictions on it are when you do that, right? That's what you're
Yeah.
thinking? What
Yeah.
does Nintendo not let you do? Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
I
got to
know.
figure
That
that
sounds
out.
like Googling time.
We can't do that right now. We just got to spout facts. Just start saying stuff.
It'll work great. It's great. It's always awesome.
It'll always
Nintendo
work.
doesn't do anything
It's
wrong.
Nintendo. They never do anything wrong.
Yay.
Ugh. If only they would just make it simple, right?
There's
Like,
steps on how to change the primary, but of course it doesn't tell you what the downside to changing your primary is.
I was on Reddit before I came here, and everyone just seemed to be like, "Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You just can't play the same game on the same account on both systems."
Then what's the point of having a primary? That's my question. There is a question on the differences between a primary console and a non-primary console. The non-primary console cannot play your content using your Switch, your Nintendo Switch online account while offline. Sorry, cannot play your content using your Nintendo account while offline. That's
Okay,
the
so I have
one
to be on.
downside.
I have to be off. I have to be online to play my downloaded content.
Yes. And on the non-primary console, allow others to play your downloaded content online or offline is also not available when it's not the primary console.
Yeah.
So that sounds like other people on that console can't play it if you own it, if it's not the primary.
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah.
Just let us play our games, Nintendo.
Nope. It's Nintendo. They don't know how the internet even works.
But then I've also seen people on Reddit saying like you can actually play, like, say you had 2 different accounts, you can have 2 instances of the game being played at the same time. The same game. So like let's say I downloaded Animal Crossing, right? It would be played on, say I could play it on my account on my Switch and my son could play it on his account.
As far as what they were saying
Same one.
in that description Nintendo had, the only way that would work is if you were playing the primary and you were offline.
Yeah.
No, you were playing the second. Yeah, you were playing the primary and offline. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just
Then
telling you what
he
Reddit
still
said,
played
man.
second. Yeah, I don't know.
It's on Reddit.
It could also be a difference between what Nintendo says and what Nintendo actually does.
True.
That's also possible.
Very true.
Yeah.
True. Speaking of Nintendo, they released a new app. I don't know if you downloaded it or not. The Nintendo Music app.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? What do you think?
My son forced me to download it.
Forced you. Holy.
Pretty much. He
All
said
right.
they have this app, and then I launch it, and I thought, wait, who can use this? You have to have Switch Online to do this. And he
You have
says,
to have Switch
yes.
Online, yeah.
And he does. So I just logged into his account, and now we can listen to Nintendo music wherever we are.
Perfect.
Haven't used it yet, but he does want to.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Like, video game music is like the number one thing that gets played at our house. Like, my kids are just obsessed with it. I download.
Yeah, I've been there.
Albums.
And they've been playing it.
Yeah, and I have albums on the tablet, and they just put it on, and they run around the house playing their Link or whatever, or their Pikuniku. So like they love video game music. So I'm like, this will be great. It's video game music. It's all Nintendo music. And it is good. I will agree that it's good. It's free. I'm glad I don't have to pay extra for it.
You're already paying extra for it.
But I'm getting other things. It's just kind of like an added, the value add versus pay. You're already paying for Switch Online. Now pay extra for the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I am noticing. I listen to it as well. It's become like I listen to my podcast while I'm at work. When I finish my podcast for the day, I just switch over to my Nintendo music because usually my wife is listening to Spotify, and I'll just switch over to Nintendo music. I like video game music as well, so it's fine. I am noticing though that there is not that much of a selection on there.
No, that's what I noticed.
And a
I
lot
think
of stuff
I
is
have more
missing.
Nintendo music on my computer than they have on that thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like basic stuff. Like where's like Mario 1, 2, 3, Mario World?
Yep.
Like that's just basic. You'd think you'd have it. I mean, even just Mario World. So they have like Mario Odyssey and Mario Galaxy. Sure, they have great music. They're awesome. But where's the other stuff that I need? And same with like Game Boy Advance. The only Game Boy Advance they have on there is Fire Emblem. I think that's pretty much it.
It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah.
A few N64 games. They have like F-Zero and Star Fox and Ocarina of Time. I mean, it's fine, but I mean, where's the like? There's video games that I consider staples that are just completely missing.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember what they have on there right now, but I have on my own server, like I have Yoshi's Story,
yeah,
Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time. I have Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Super Mario 64, Donkey Kong Country 3, Diddy Kong Racing. Like these are all ones that they could easily have on there.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
already exist on CDs that I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even that Mario All-Stars collection that has the soundtracks for all the games. Where's that? Where's the Kirby collection that has all the music?
Both of them on the
all
shelf.
that exactly. I have them as well.
Yeah.
I have them ripped onto my computer.
I haven't done that. I should do that.
Like, why can't we have these? Are stuff that you already have, Nintendo. Just put it on the app.
Yeah,
and I mean, they're very slowly rolling stuff out, but they have
that's the other thing is they don't want to give anything too. They don't want to give away too much value.
Yeah.
You hate to give your users too much value. Yeah.
And I think they just added Brain Age. I'm like, thanks, Nintendo.
There was someone at the swap that asked if you had Nintendogs.
That's true, but it wouldn't be. It's not worth anything. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have stuff that's worth nothing there as well, but
sure.
Yeah, I'll have to be more picky for the next show. What I actually bring,
or less picky.
Bring everything.
I wrote down everything that everyone asked for and we didn't have.
Okay, like what? Yeah. I'm interested. This is your market research. Let's hear it.
All right, I need to open it up now because I.
All right, we're switching gears back over.
I forget Nintendo,
get your app together and.
All right.
Get some more music on that app.
I need to write down Nintendogs. So we had PlayStation Move controller,
I had some.
No, you had only the navigation controller.
Oh, that's true. I sold all the move controllers before.
Okay. And then PlayStation 4 camera.
I've had those and sold them. Yeah.
Original Xbox power cord. And we both explained to her.
And we tried to explain.
It's also the same as the PlayStation 3.
I think what I should just get some of those cords and just label them PlayStation power cord.
Seriously, go to the thrift store and grab them, put a $15 price tag on them, and see what happens. They're usually $10, but I have a couple brand new in the box that I bought from not Microplay, but one of those game stores in town, Games Exchange. I bought it with credit because I had Xboxes that had missing power cords.
Okay.
Yeah. Disney Infinity Hulk character. Apparently he's rare.
Oh.
Switch Pro controller, not third party.
Okay.
Yeah. PC wired or wireless Xbox. Sorry, or wired Xbox controller.
PC
anything to play on PC. Okay. Basically, one guy was asking if your Switch controller that you had was wired there.
Yeah.
Would work on PC. I said I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
It's hoary.
I don't know.
I would think of anyone, but
you should have handed him that joystick. That works on PC.
Yeah, that's true. But he wanted a controller.
I know.
I want that joystick. You have no idea. I still want it. I don't know why. I just want it.
Why haven't you bought it yet?
It's too expensive. I almost bought a whole console with that for that price. PS3 wireless controller. Guy was complaining that all his are dying.
Yeah.
Batteries,
get a new battery
and sticks. Well, that's what I told him. You can just get a new battery. Oh, I don't trust it because everywhere I was looking up, the batteries were saying they were one size, but everybody in the reviews were saying they were actually smaller. I'm like, it's still a battery versus no battery.
Yeah.
Like, just get it.
$3. Anyway. I bought a bunch off AliExpress just so I have some. Yeah.
SNES games. Some guys just like, have you had SNES games? And I didn't think you had any at all. One guy asked about Genesis games too, but you had
I sold
one expensive one, and then you had a cheap one that I missed in the cheap bin that I couldn't see that was with the DVDs.
Okay.
I missed that, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Whatever, yeah.
And then Nintendogs.
Nintendogs is so random.
Yes. Most of it's pretty random.
Yeah. I need to I am trying to I am looking for deals now, like bundles. Anything that I find locally that's cheap is getting picked up so fast I don't even have a chance at it. So now I'm looking at like a cut above stuff like 100 or more that people aren't just snatching up.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm finding I have to get stuff. Although I did find a PS1 2 days ago for $15. He wanted 20. I said 15 because you don't have any cords. He was like, sure.
Okay.
So, and that I mean, I'll get 50 or $60 for that. So
you got cords?
I've got cords, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I have that whole collection of AV cords. If you ever need a PlayStation,
yeah, I know.
cord.
I had that box at my house accidentally for a while.
Yeah. Yep. I have a little bit of those.
But now I'm looking for like I'm trying to find consoles, cheap consoles, because I think that's the one thing that did sell well at the show was the consoles were going. People were looking for consoles.
Yeah.
So
I have some consoles on the shelf here.
That's true. I need to get them from you.
Yeah. So. Or I need to get my own table, one or the other. I'm not sure which one yet. I'm testing them, so maybe it's gonna be me that gets the money. I could also just post them online here too. That's probably what I should be doing. Sell them to you.
Sell them to me. That's the whole point. That's what we agreed.
Yeah, but now I started testing them, so I've invested time.
I can test them. It's not hard.
Yeah.
So, all right. We are running out of time. I can't believe it's been an hour and a half already.
Yeah, and I haven't even started talking about all the movies I watched.
I know. We're gonna have to might speed this up a little bit.
I don't speed things up real good. Where do I have my list? My list is somewhere over here. It is. You want me to talk about the shit that I watched?
Yeah, go for it.
You want to just blast through them?
Blast
right,
through.
I watched the TV show Dark Matter from 2024. I watched 2 episodes of it. I didn't bother going any further because it was interesting. It was like alternate timelines and blah 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 blah, but it wasn't that great. We watched one episode of the new TV show Junior Taskmaster.
Oh,
Pretty cool.
yeah.
It was really good. Kids doing Taskmaster. Yeah. My kids loved it. Yeah, probably. My kids loved it. We've only watched one episode so far. There's 3 episodes, maybe 4 episodes out so far.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Watch it. The TV show Sweet Pea. Have you heard of Sweet Pea?
Nope.
It's with the girl from Fallout.
Nope.
And she's also.
I still haven't watched Fallout, so.
You still haven't watched Fallout? It's basically girl is bullied in high school, grows up, still kind of meek and bullied in adulthood. So she decides she wants to kill people.
Oh, okay.
So I describe it as Dexter meets Mean Girls.
Okay.
TV series. It's all British. I didn't even realize she was British, or maybe she isn't. I have no idea. But she's the girl with the huge eyeballs, like gigantic eyeballs. Anyway, it's a good show. I enjoyed it. They did a good job. Yeah. Sweet Pea is what it's called.
Sweet Pea. All right.
Mini TV series from this year. I watched the movie Earth Girls Are Easy from 1988.
Okay.
You don't know it?
No.
Jeff Goldblum.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Jim Carrey.
Okay.
And Damon Wayans.
Interesting.
And then Gina Davis is like the love interest. So basically, aliens come to Earth. They're like super hairy and bright colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then this girl who's a hairstylist finds them because they crash landed in her pool. And she helps them become like normal people and learn the Earth ways and then fix their ship and leave. So, of course, falls in love.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I've always known of it because Jim Carrey was in it. And then knowing Jeff Goldblum's in it as well, I'm like, okay, I should really be watching this movie. And then Damon Wayans as well. Yeah, it was funny and good. Obviously dated for so many reasons, but not bad. And I'm glad I finally watched it. There was more singing than I expected, though. And Jim Carrey does great because just him being an alien makes a lot of sense.
Of course,
he can mimic mannerisms and weird voices and stuff like that. So good.
Yeah, vocal patterns.
Damon Wayans is the same way, but and then I watched the movie Screwed from 2000 with Norm Macdonald.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle, Danny DeVito, and Sherman Hemsley's in it too.
I don't know who that is.
He's that guy from the Jeffersons.
Still don't know who that is.
All right. He was also on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but even less, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Fresh Prince more than Jeffersons, but still not great.
Just search Sherman Hemsley and you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Norm Macdonald, Dave Chappelle is the biggest thing, and Danny DeVito is kind of like a villain. It was decent. It was basically Norm Macdonald fakes his own kidnapping essentially to get ransom money from the rich lady he works for.
Okay.
Yeah. It was chaos ensues. It's good. It was better than I expected
chaos
it
movies.
to be. Yeah. Then I watched 1991 documentary, which was made back then, and the release of it was stopped because they were threatened to be sued by the person who is the subject of the documentary, Donald Trump.
Okay.
It's a very interesting documentary. They decided this year to release it before the voting happened, because they're like, hey, everybody should know who he was because he is still who he was then, is basically what they say. It was interesting. And then after it, I realized that the movie from 2024, The Apprentice, existed, which is about Donald Trump as well. It's kind of like a, I don't know, real life retelling kind of thing. What do they call it? Biographical film?
Biopic, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But like with decent actors that I can't remember who any of them are now.
Okay.
Or what they're from. But like I recognized people, quite a few of them. And it was actually well done. Like quality wise, it was really good. And they told an interesting story about him. And a lot of information I didn't already know, and kind of his mentor as well, who he kind of denies now ever taught him anything, but it's interesting to see.
Yeah.
And it was called The Apprentice.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to get into political stuff, but
But
just knowing more about his history is interesting to know.
Yeah.
And then I needed an e-movie.
I was gonna ask, how are you adding any of these to your?
I need to do some more before the end of the year, though.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I think I have 4 left to do.
Oh, well,
And
you're doing
they're
better than me.
all hard ones because they're all obscure letters. They are where is it? Q, V, X, and Y I need to do.
Okay.
So what I did watch was 2014's Edge of Tomorrow.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. I did not realize it was Tom Cruise, or I probably would have skipped it.
It's a good movie, though.
It was a decent movie. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, every time I see Tom Cruise, I'm just like,
I like that one.
But other than that, it was a good movie. Yeah, I enjoyed the concept of it. It was neat.
It's funny that you call it Edge of Tomorrow because I believe they've changed the name since. It's now called Live, Die, Repeat.
Well, Edge of Tomorrow is still what they call it on IMDb.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe it was Live, Die, Repeat, and they changed it to Edge of Tomorrow, but I believe it's the other way. I believe they changed it to Live, Die, Repeat afterwards because everyone was just like, "What's Edge of Tomorrow?" Well, that doesn't make any sense. And so they dumbed it down to be like, "Live, Die, Repeat." Everyone knows what it is.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't see it even on the page describing it that way in
Okay.
any of the usually they have also known as section. I
Yeah.
don't see it, but I don't know. Either way. So that was all right. It was decent. I watched 2015's American Ultra.
Okay.
With
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart. I wrote down some other names. John Leguizamo. Come on, John Leguizamo. A bunch of other people. Topher Grace was in it. It was actually better than I expected. I did not expect to see Jesse Eisenberg as a action star.
Hero. Yeah.
But he did good. I liked it. It was fun. It was ridiculous, but fun.
Yeah.
And having popular people in it also made it feel like a buddy movie, like that people were
buddy
doing
cop
this
movie,
for their friends or something like that. Like not buddy cop, but like friends making a movie together, kind of like all the Adam Sandler movies seem. Like it's like these people seem out of place for this role or the quality of this movie. Like the movie seems low budget, but at the same time they're high budget actors. So I don't know. It was fun though. I liked the concept of it, and even though it's been done before, but the another movie for my list. I'm going to move it above so I can explain another thing after. Another thing for my list I watched was Zombeavers. 2014 Zombeavers.
Okay.
Beavers that become zombies. It's what you think, but it covers the Z letter. It was low budget. It was like a bunch of teenagers go to a cabin. These girls go to get away. The one's boyfriend cheated, so they're all, trying to help her through that. And then the boyfriends all show up, and then the zombie beavers show up.
Zombeavers, yeah.
Zombie beavers. It's funny. It's fun. I was gonna say who the one actor was in it because I felt like he was out of place but funny. I'm assuming some of these other people you'd recognize too, but Bill Burr was in it.
Okay.
Who else was the one that was the old guy? I can't remember now. But either way, it's not important. It's still going to bother me that I don't remember. But I don't know. Doesn't matter. So yeah, doesn't matter. And anyway, stupid fun. And a Z letter from my alphabet challenge. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, well, actually, maybe even before that, I watched a movie series we talked about on a previous.
Yeah, you teased me about this.
A 4-movie series.
The Matrix.
Nope.
Okay.
Related, as in stylistically related.
Stylistically related to The Matrix.
Black leather trench coats.
Random?
Underworld.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I
All right.
watched Underworld, Underworld Evolution, Underworld Rise of the Lycans, and Underworld Awakening.
You still only get one U out of that, just so you know.
I didn't need a U.
Okay.
Didn't need a U. I did it for the fun of it. No, I remember loving Underworld when I was a kid. Like whenever the hell it came out in 2003. Was I even a kid then? I don't know. Yeah, it's
Yeah, we were
2003.
kids back then. Yeah.
Started college, I think. So graduated college, one of the two. Anyway, I remember enjoying it. So I decided I was going to watch them all because I had only seen the first one, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Now they all blur together. I forget what's what, but I didn't write notes on them either because why would I?
Why would you? Yeah.
The second one, oh man, it doesn't matter. You don't even care. It doesn't matter.
Did you like them though? They're still good.
I still enjoyed them. Maybe it's nostalgia. There is
a bit of that for sure.
One of them, I think the last one was like a prequel. No, Rise of the Lycans was like a flashback, like a prequel.
Yeah.
Right. It told the origin story of the Lycans.
Yeah.
And now I can't remember Awakening. Why can't I remember Awakening? Jesus. I think that's in the future. Yeah, I think so. And they changed. What was it that they changed? Was the main actress didn't change, right? That's still the same throughout, I believe.
I can't remember now.
Kate Beckinsale was the one in the first movie.
She's in the first two for sure.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll check the third one. Why can't I do this right? I already had the other ones open. No, it did change to Rona Mitra. Yeah, so she changed in the third movie.
Okay.
And then I believe she was in the fourth as well. Yeah. No, Kate Beckinsale again. So the fourth one back to the first girl.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Contracts.
Oh no, because the second one, the third one is a like I said, it's a prequel.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually a different girl. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. The other one is still there. Kate Beckinsale is still there. It's a different character altogether, but she looks similar. That's what I remember.
Okay.
It was like the guy's daughter who he ends up killing, and then she reminds him of her daughter. The other girl does. So they intentionally tried to make them look similar. Okay. Yes, I think that's what it was. Anyway, I also watched.
I need to go back. I need to finish. I watched the first one. I need to get the three now.
Yeah, it's good to watch them in close together so you remember the story because it is helpful. It's not important, but it's helpful. It just leaves you less confused and more continuity because it does actually line up as far as I remember. There's nothing that's really out of order or wrong in it. It's just silly. Sometimes powers, you're like, I thought sunlight hurt them, or I thought this, that, and then you it kind of explains it away with mutations and weird stuff that happens. So
yeah.
Have you ever wanted to see Gary Busey make out with Jodie Foster? Because you can do that in 1980s Carney.
All right.
It is ridiculous. Also, Robbie Robertson. I don't know what he's from, but he's clearly famous from something. It was a funny, weird movie that was actually kind of entertaining and good. Called Carney. 1990. Yeah. Gary Busey is pretty hilarious in it.
I mean, it's Gary Busey, so yeah.
He basically plays like a haggler that's on one of those donkey machines that tries to get people to throw balls and pay more money to throw balls to dunk him.
Yeah.
So he's haggling everybody, just pissing them off.
Yeah. So they want to hit them. Yeah.
Pretty good. He's perfect for that.
People want to do it in real life. So. Yeah.
Yep. So then I also watched a trilogy.
Another. Oh, wow.
Blood Rain.
Oh, dear. The little ones. Didn't we talk about this last episode?
We talked about Uwe Ball. Yeah. Yeah. So I watched Blood Rain 2. So first one, Ben Kingsley, Michael Madison, Michelle Rodriguez. No, yeah, that Michelle Rodriguez, that Udo Kier guy again. Meatloaf was in it, and Billy Zane. Yeah, it's a movie. It's as good as I remember. I remember enjoying it. I like vampire stuff, apparently. Maybe not as much as Joe, but and then Blood Rain 2. Deliverance. It's weird. The first movie was set in the 18th century, and filmed in Romania. The second movie is set around 1880, 100 years later, set in Montana, filmed in British Columbia. So there's like a 100-year gap because she's a part vampire thing, like a daywalker vampire, basically. And she found another person that happens to be a vampire hunter from the same area she was from 100 years later in Montana.
Oh, okay.
Which makes no sense at all.
It makes all the sense.
And then they try and make it all related. It's just, oh my God. This one had a new actress playing the main girl. So it wasn't the original one. And this girl is from those Uwe Ball DOA movie. From the DOA game, Dead or Alive fighting game. Anyway, it looks like it's like, basically trying to make it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We'll move on to that in the third movie. More on that. More on that in the third movie. But I really liked Zach Ward. I like him in everything because he was from the TV show Titus and the movie Postal that was also done by Uwe Ball on a video game. But he seemed out of place a little bit there, but I still thought it was good. Also, his accent didn't make any sense because he was supposed to be Billy the Kid, but whatever. He basically had like a Transylvania accent and he was supposed to be Billy the Kid, but he was a vampire. But whatever. So anyway, this jumped timelines quite a bit and felt out of place, and it had almost no adult situations as opposed to the first movie.
Okay.
So it felt weird and like I don't know. They were really trying to do a Western, but they were trying to keep it PG or something. It's weird. Anyway, the third one, called The Third Reich, is campy, felt lower budget. The first movie had little nudity, but a sex scene. Second movie had zero nudity at all, and only one like sex joke thing, or maybe two or three. And then the third one, there is full-on girl-on-girl softcore porn going on in this one.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah. That's my kind of movie now.
It's a pretty good scene, but I mean, it's full-on softcore girl-on-girl in a whorehouse.
Of course.
They definitely jumped. Like, it felt out of place after the second one because the second one had dialed it back so much.
Yeah. They realized they weren't getting wide distribution, so they just went for it.
Yeah, or this is the only way they could get funding.
Yeah.
So it's the same actress as the second movie, but this time she's way out there. Boobs are pushed way up, low cut top, like everything.
Of course,
you can tell they were pushing that this time. Yep. So those movies were 2005, 2007, and 2011.
Wow.
All right, I have two more.
Two more regular movies?
One of them's cagey.
Okay.
But I didn't watch it because it was cagey. I didn't realize it was cagey.
Oh, interesting.
I had downloaded it a long time ago, and my kids wanted to watch a movie. So I said, I've heard good things about this movie. Let's watch The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Ah, yeah.
And I forgot it had Nicolas Cage.
It does have Nicolas Cage.
Not only does it have Nicolas Cage, it's not a background role. He's like, second or third character, right? Yeah. Main character. And Jay Baruchel again, which
your favorite.
It's good. Yep. Canadian. And it was, my kids loved it. Well, my son really loved it. My daughter, I don't remember how much she liked it. Can't really remember now. Yeah. My son's been really liking these random weird wizard movies I find for him lately, like the clock with the house with the clock in the walls is the other one that he really liked that was similar. And I swear there was another one. Oh, there was one where it was the kid who was meant to be king, I think, was the other one.
Oh.
I think that had something about Merlin in it too, if I recall correctly. Yeah.
Cool.
That was a while ago. So that's my cagey movie. And then my last movie, which I actually watched earlier, but I kept it to last because I don't know. The Extraction. Which you said you
Chris
watched?
Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth, yeah. Netflix movie.
That was a recommendation. So if you use it for an E, you get an extra point.
Oh.
So,
darn. I had Edge of Tomorrow as my E, but maybe it has to change then to be an extra point.
Extra point.
I mean, there's no Nicolas Cage, but
no.
All right, we're changing it to Extraction then, and I'm getting an extra point. Not that I need more points. No, I definitely need more points. I have been going for completeness, not points.
Okay, fair enough.
So that is it. Extraction was good. I liked it.
I do
wish the ending was different in a way. I don't know.
You watch
I don't
Extraction
know.
2, and you'll be fine.
There's a 2? I didn't even know.
There. Yeah.
I hope they have more to the story in that one. But anyway,
The cool thing about Extraction 1 is the like 11-minute single shot fight scene.
yeah, I don't care.
I know you don't care, but if you look at it, watch it again, and be like, how did they shoot this?
Yeah,
And then you see
just
the behind the scenes.
yeah, they just do like edits when you're not looking, and they
No, they
pan over
literally
someone's
did.
body.
They did not edit. They did it behind the scenes. They showed the whole take of the guy handing the camera off to someone else on a boom, moving the boom through, then handing the thing to a guy in the car. They fighting in the car. Then he's got to hand it out of the car, and they have this whole thing. I know
It's unnecessary.
you don't care, but it's cool.
They're just trying too hard. It's like God of War making a game that has no cuts.
It's
Woo!
Cool. It's cool. Yeah. All right.
I'm more impressed by like John Wick with the top-down camera that goes across rooms. Like that was a neater use of camera stuff to show you a perspective you didn't have before.
Yeah.
I like that kind of thing better.
But in terms of Extraction, like I do like the visceral feeling of it. Like all the fights are very intense.
Yeah.
For like a
and I like how there was a
complimentary
movie. Guy, right? He had a similar guy who had similar skill set kind of thing, right? Yeah.
That's good. I like Extraction.
Yeah. Now I have to watch number 2. Damn it.
You're welcome. You don't get another E.
No, I have to go for those other letters, and I think I had movies lined up for some of them.
Yeah, I need to push through. December is going to be finish this up list time.
Yeah, I wanted to watch Christmas movies before we came here, but I didn't get around to.
That'll be January.
My wife and kids did start watching some Christmas movies, and I could have wrote them down, but they're not first time watches anyway.
Yeah, so my kids did Charlie Brown Christmas already.
Yeah, mine did that a long time ago. Mine did that like the day after our last podcast recording.
not even Halloween yet. Gotta watch the.
Maybe it was the day after Halloween they did it.
Okay, I was gonna say watch the least.
It might have been. I can't
Charlie Brown or something like that.
Yeah, it might have been.
And there's a Thanksgiving Charlie Brown one that you could watch now.
Oh yeah, it's fine. I don't really care about Charlie Brown. It's neat, but it's not for me. It's not that important to me. Yeah. My wife likes it more.
That's fair. So what's your point total that you have currently?
It is only 53.
Only, okay. We'll have to like post like maybe on January 1st, whatever, we'll post our lists on the Twitter feed. So we can compare, and then all the listeners can post their lists, and we can all see what everyone's been doing for the year. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I need to watch some more, especially those VHS tapes you gave me.
Yeah, that's free points just sitting there.
Yeah, it's time. It's time that I can't be doing dishes. Unless I stream it to my phone from downstairs.
Technicalities.
Which is doable, but.
Well, I watched a movie. Movie, I guess, is the operative word.
Watched a movie.
It is a movie. So I've been buying VHS to sell at swaps, and every once in a while I find like an interesting one. And the one that I found that we actually were in contention, you and I were looking up online to see what it was actually worth. But anyways, this movie is just called W, which later I think you found the secondary title is called W is for War.
Yep.
It's from 1986. Not sure where it's from, but it's got to be like Southeast Asia somewhere, feels like. The box kind of gives it like the box is directly referencing Mad Max, saying this is the new Mad Max for our generation, blah blah blah. Very lofty claims. So, anyways, I watched this movie because I was like, I looked it up and then I saw it was going for AKA someone was asking over $500 for this on eBay. So I'm like, is this a rare tape? I bought it because of that. Worth more than the $2 I spent on it. So got it, brought it home. I'm like, I gotta see why it's so expensive. Couldn't tell you why. It's not a very good movie. It's very cheesy, very campy. Um, the main protagonist gets his testicles chopped off by the bad guys.
Sounds like a Nicolas Cage movie.
Sounds like a Nicolas Cage movie. Oh, I
I mean,
can
they're not
have it. I'll
exploded off, but
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty boring. it's it's a lot of hype up for something happening.
so
It's stuff
not
that
the Mad Max of their generation.
not the Mad Max. The Mad Max at the end is just because he puts armor on his car to go and attack the enemy base.
Ah.
He literally puts a piece of like the thinnest sheet metal across the windshield and cuts a slit across it and puts a metal helmet over himself. So he's looking through a slit in the helmet, looking through a slit in the car, and then driving into this enemy encampment. And you would think, okay, they'd fast forward it, make it look fast. He's driving normal speed, and it's just like plodding along. So it's like maybe it's like it's so bad it's good kind of thing. I don't know. I just wasn't in the mood for it, and I was just kind of bored and like, all right, let's get through this. I'm I'm getting a VHS point for this. Yeah. So I got 4 points for watching that movie, 3 points for VHS, 1 point for it being brand new. So I took it. And I need to. It doesn't exist online, so I'm waiting for my remote to come for my
Your
HDMI
VCR,
VCR so I can rip it and then post it for the world to see.
There's probably
Uh,
other options for remotes there, but you bought it
maybe.
already, so is it
Yeah.
shipped
Well,
with Canada
it's
Post?
probably yeah. But again, it's mostly for because my after 10 minutes the screensaver comes on
Yeah, yeah.
and I can't turn that off. It's very
But I
annoying.
mean, we probably could find like there's one of my wife's old phones, one of the
Mhm.
Samsung Galaxies has an infrared beam, infrared
Yeah.
emitter, and you can download apps that are universal remotes for it.
Yeah.
So we probably
My
can find one doing
I had
that.
an
Or
LG that had the same thing, but the phone doesn't work anymore 'cause it would I used to love
mm,
it. I used to go to, like, restaurants and change the TV channels to
yeah,
stuff I wanted to
yeah.
watch, yeah.
I also had that universal remote I gave you. You could
Mhm.
probably program that.
I haven't figured out I tried, I couldn't figure out how to get it to
I
program
think
correctly.
I found the original instructions for that somewhere.
Maybe, yeah. I found the instructions online, but I'm not sure it's the exact same model. Anyways. Yeah, watch or don't watch. W is for war.
Probably don't, unless you have it on VHS.
Probably
Then you need
don't
to
watch
sell
it.
your VHS on eBay.
Yes, I will sell it on eBay. For Halloween, I did manage to get my wife to watch Silence of the Lambs, and that movie holds up. That is still a great movie. Still scary, even though you know what's happening. The twist that happens in the end, I wasn't. I remember there was a twist, but I didn't remember what it was.
I've never seen it.
It's good. You should watch it. You should watch it. I wouldn't really call it a horror movie. I call it a thriller. My wife never wanted to watch it because she was like, "It's too scary." I'm like, "It is scary," but to her it was like a horror movie. She doesn't watch horror. I'm like, "It's not a horror movie. It's a thriller." And to me, thrillers are even scarier than horror movies. I find horror movies silly. I don't find them
Which
scary.
one do you consider 7?
Seven, I
Horror
would
because
call
you
a
actually
thriller.
see things, though?
A horror, I feel more is like I don't know what you
Scary
could call
situations?
it. Situations like again scary people chasing you through
You
a
mean like a
place or a
thrill?
situation. Yes, I guess. But so in terms of that, I watched the horror movies recommended by Duke on the Retro Nonsense podcast. I watched
Mm.
Terrifier and Terrifier 2 because he spoke so highly of them.
Mhm.
Um,
You know 3
yeah,
is out now.
3 is out. It's a 2024 movie. I didn't get around to that one. Yeah, those are movies.
So I've heard. So I've
Yeah,
heard.
I'm sure you've heard bits of why they're
Oh,
famous.
tons. Too many VHS groups and people talking
Yeah,
about it all the time.
they are body horror, and again, that's the part that I don't find it scary. I just find it silly. Like it's I know what people can take, and once it gets to a certain point, I'm like, yeah, you wouldn't be alive anymore. It's not scary anymore because I know you wouldn't be alive. you'd have died after the first cut. Now you've
Yeah.
lived through the 100th cut, and you're not. You wouldn't. There's no. So, yeah. So Terrifier 1 and 2, body horror, attempted body horror. Yeah, they're. I mean, sure. If you want something silly to put on and watch, it's those. I haven't got around to 3 yet, but might. It'll be a good Christmas movie.
From what I heard on podcast just today, 3 is like even more of that
Okay.
by a
See,
lot.
I found the first one scarier than the second one, just because again I didn't know what to expect, and I found the situations around the clown more scary.
Sure. I don't
Versus
know
like the
enough,
second
but
one, he's just like over the top crazy, and
yeah.
I find that
Okay.
less scary. I find when he's being menacing, he's not doing anything. I find that scarier than when he's actually doing something.
Well, it sounds like the third one is just even more.
Of course, yeah.
Like it was 2 guys. There was guys on the Tadpog podcast. The guy was saying his daughter was going to go watch it, and she was 16,
Oh,
and
wow.
she'd already seen the other 2, and the other guy had said, "Well, I've seen it now, and I'm glad your daughter didn't get to go see it because it's terribly bad. Like tons and tons of body gore."
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess so. I won't. You will. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. No interest.
No interest.
I care more
The
about
next
the movie making special effects part of it than I do of anything else, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah.
The next movie I watched is actually one that I've been waiting to find, and I just recently found a download for it, and it's called Riddle of Fire.
Oh.
It is an independent movie, and I think that you would like this in that it's
Tell me this.
strange. It's kids on mini bikes with paintball guns.
I love paintball guns.
I know.
I like minigun. Or I like mini bikes.
It's basically these kids are it's structured like a video game. They want to play video games, but their mom is sick. So her mom says, "I want this. It's a fetch quest. Go get this for me, and then you can play video games." And so they create this adventure about this thing that they have to go and get. And it's basically like a fantasy adventure, but it's them riding around on motorbikes, and they use their paintball guns as swords to get through situations. It
My
gets
buddy
real.
Morgan has it on his Plex.
It's on my Plex. So
It's not showing on your Plex, which is weird.
oh,
It's showing
there.
on his only.
It's great. It's very strange. If you like strange movies, but fun. I mean, you watch Zombie,
Like,
you'd probably like this.
yeah, exactly. I do need to watch Hundreds of Beavers still. That's
Yes, I have Hundreds of Beavers on my Plex as well.
Yeah, that's to watch.
Yeah.
What was the one? Turbo Kid? That's
Oh yeah, I love
giving me
Turbo
Turbo Kid vibes, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Very Turbo Kid.
Similar? Okay.
I would say even lower budget than Turbo Kid though.
That's fine. Lower budget's fine. Turbo Kid did seem like it had a decent budget. Okay.
It's a bunch of kids. Ramvox wouldn't like it. The youngest kid on it, it's you can tell it's fantastical because the kid is using words that kids don't use. They're using very long words that adults would use to explain something, but the kid is using it. Or the sentence structure is not what a kid would say, it's what an adult would say. The littlest kid is saying this stuff, but he can't enunciate everything very well. He's a really bad speaker, and so he's the only character that has subtitles in the movie. Which I thought was strange, but at the end I found it kind of charming. This kid is just funny. Like mumbling through his
that doesn't fit in one of my letters for the year.
It does?
I said it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay. What do you have for R? What's your R movie?
My R is The Rock.
Oh, The Room. Yeah. We got Room.
No, The Rock, because I'd seen The Room before.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
It's The Rock, which is streaming, but Nicolas Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways, Riddle of Fire is that one. I would recommend.
All right. Well, it's added to my watch list, as if that does any good.
Of course. Next, I wanted another scary movie. So I watched latest 2024 James McAvoy movie, Speak No Evil. It's about a couple that meets another couple on vacation, and they get invited to their house.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, and
I
so they
like
go out.
him, but I don't think I'd like this movie.
It's pretty good. It's fine. He is the most creepy part of the movie. It doesn't really get hairy until like the last 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes of the movie. But the rest of it is good. It's very good at building tension and kind of. I like that part of it.
Hmm.
So, it's good.
I've seen too many ads for it. It bothers me.
That's why I think we wanted to watch it.
I've seen so many ads of it. I'm just like, this is now annoying. I don't
Yeah.
want to watch this.
Yeah.
And I was seeing them like over 6 months, a year before it came out. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
I remember when the movie was happening, they drive out to the country in a Tesla.
Hmm.
And so my very first thing was, is this the new like cell phone thing that happened when cell phones came along in movies or whatever? I'm like, oh, the Tesla's gonna go and it's gonna run out of charge. Like they ran
Mhm.
out of gas. Now they've run out
Yeah.
of charge and you can't. This is the new
But they
new thing.
didn't play that up.
They didn't play on that. Yeah. I don't think Tesla would be very happy to be the weak point in the
Who
movie.
cares? No one cares what they want.
Well, Tesla may have sponsored the movie, so that's why
Possible. Yeah. It is possible. They did have a car with their logo on it, so it's a good
Yeah.
chance.
Then I heard this other movie talked about on, I can't remember if it was Bombcast or Fire Escape. Anyways, I think it was Fire Escape actually, because I think Mike Mahardy and Dan were talking about it. A movie from 1977 called Sorcerer.
Okay.
It's got the guy who played the sheriff in Jaws, the main character, Roy Scheider.
Okay. Yeah.
This I is a good movie because it's about driving trucks, which I do for a living. It's basically 4 criminals find themselves
Oh.
having to run away from their lives. They're in the South American country and they have to take this load of dynamite up a mountain 200 miles away. And it's basically them just driving and how the situation they go through.
Oh,
It
not
sounds
dynamite, nitroglycerin.
well, from dynamite.
Yeah, but nitroglycerin itself is just not. It's even more volatile,
but
unstable.
Spoilers from the movie. It's because it's leaked out of the dynamite because of the humidity in the
Okay.
area. So
Okay.
it's soaked into the box and everything around it. So it's just gonna blow up if it bumps wrong, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
have to drive off these ropey, ruggedy, rocky roads and get the stuff up a mountain. In terms of story, sure, it's pretty bare bones, but the cinematography is great because I know that they didn't fake any of it.
Hmm.
It's pretty intense. There's like stuff like the explosions when they happen look fantastic as,
Hmm.
as far as explosions go. So I would watch that. Jeez. Yeah, that's a good one.
Could give me more stuff to watch.
You're welcome. I noticed that you didn't watch anything that I suggested that you watch last episode.
No, I was too busy watching Underworld.
Priorities.
And what was the other one? Not Escape. What's the word with the E? Anyway, it doesn't matter. That one.
What?
Extraction.
Extraction. Sorry. Yeah.
You did recommend that. So
I did.
there's
Yeah.
that.
That was a long time ago.
I'm catching up.
All right. I got some Nicolas Cage movies finally after 2 months off.
Finally.
I watched some Nicolas Cage movies. I wanted to
Put
do
them on the
more, but
list?
obviously couldn't. I watched. Okay, here was my plan.
Still
next
behind
movie,
me
I know I'm still behind.
by 7 movies.
Catching up. The next movie on my list to watch is The Ant Bully. So my son was home sick from school one day, and
Okay.
I was like, "Hey, I have a chance to watch this movie with my kid, and I can
Mhm.
I can keep him entertained, and I get a Nicolas Cage watch." I
And
went to turn it on, and the version of the movie that I have is in French.
okay.
which is fine for me, I guess, but not good for him. So,
But
and so I was like, oh,
that's where you gave up.
I will need to find another version. So I went back to get the other one, and the one that I also got, the other version I got, was also in French. So that I checked a different source, and none of them had the proper amount of resources for me to get them. So
So you need me to go get it for you right now?
I didn't watch the Ant Bully. So I've just been watching at Thrift to see if I can find it. But yeah, if you find it for me, that would also be. You have other resources that I don't have.
Yeah.
So
let's see.
I did not watch the Ant Bully. I skipped it. Instead, I watched the other 2006 movie from Nicolas Cage, World Trade Center. This is for Kevin because he's been waiting all year for us to talk about World Trade Center so that he could get a recommendation point.
Yeah.
If he watched it on HD DVD. So here you go. Here you go, Kevin. This is for you. I do not recommend this movie. Sorry to disappoint.
Yes. I thought you would.
After a year of waiting, I don't recommend it. This is not a movie I expected it to be honest. From what I know of Nicolas Cage, it is a different kind of movie. I was expecting an action-packed, like, we are the heroes, blah blah blah. It's not that. It somewhat starts out that way, so it's leading you up to think that's what it's going to be. And honestly, the movie may have been better if it was that, because basically, spoilers for the movie for World Trade Center.
As if you can spoil that.
I know, you know what's going to happen. Nicolas Cage he's stuck under the building that collapses on him. So he is like, you see this much of Nicolas Cage for the 90% of the movie, half of his face, and he's just yelling and screaming. And yeah, the movie is about his, like, flashbacks of these people and their lives before the World Trade Center, and then how, like, their lives were falling apart, and then World Trade Center happened, and then they got their lives back together afterwards. It's a very serious movie. Like, obviously the World Trade Center is a very tragic story and very somber, but I feel like the movie didn't give it any justice. Like, it didn't make you feel anything. You're supposed to be this is terrible, I need to do something about this. It also has a bunch of people in it that that were before they were big. So, like, it's got John Bernthal in it. It's got Michael Shannon in it. It's got Regina King in it. No, not Regina King. What's that girl's name? She's in the new Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have
Windows
open.
Anyways, it's a bunch of people that you would recognize now.
Okay.
But I find that fun to see those people back before they were famous, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. It's directed by Oliver Stone, who is a bit of a historian, but also he fancies himself a good director. I haven't liked any of his movies. And the movie kind of ends in basically the hoorah rah, we are American, we will take revenge on everybody for doing this kind of thing.
That doesn't sound right.
So, yeah, not a recommendation. I marked it as a D. Which, by the way, you didn't mark Sorcerer's Apprentice, did you? I didn't see it.
I thought I did. From what I'm looking at I'm looking at the list. Oh yeah, you didn't do Ant Bully. You did World Trade Center.
Yeah.
You do need to do an X here though, saying you watched it, but you want Sorcerer's Apprentice. I thought I did it. What year was it again? It's in my notes, but that's it. I've got too many damn windows open now.
Sorcerer's Apprentice is 2010. You marked it as a C.
Yes, I forgot to tell you that.
Yeah,
because it was a decent movie, especially for children.
All right.
I don't think there's anything like
your definition of C, I think, differs from my definition of C.
He was pretty cagey. It was
Okay.
fun. It was
Alright.
fun, cagey.
Alright.
He's a wizard from 1,000 years ago. Like
Yeah.
he's weird. He's
Does he play it up though? Like,
yeah, he plays it up.
okay.
Not like crazy Nicolas Cage crazy,
Yeah.
but the goodness of the movie brings it up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That would do it.
I was surprised there's not a sequel, but apparently it was a bomb.
Yeah, I believe it didn't do very well. I actually saw that movie at the thrift on
Like the movie
Blu-ray.
ended, my son said, "Is there a second one of these?"
I believe there isn't there? I
No,
thought there was.
not that I could find, unless it was. No, I tried searching. There was supposed to be a second one, and it was canceled.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I remember.
Yeah, that's what I read. That's what I read.
And then I moved on to the other 2006 movie from Nicolas Cage. He had 3 movies come out in 2006. I moved on to the infamous The Wicker Man.
Oh God, I saw that in theater. Instant regret.
This is a movie, man. Holy, that's
Instant
a movie.
regret. We almost walked out of the theater.
I wouldn't have blamed you.
It was me and my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, and then her best friend in college with her boyfriend at the time. And we just about just left. If it wasn't so ridiculously funny, we would have just left.
That's the saving grace of it. Because I've marked this as a C. It is better than World Trade Center. Because not because it's a better movie, just because I was more entertained watching it, because it was so laughably bad. And Nicolas Cage is super cagey in it, which gives it points in our list. So, but yeah, the amount of like red herrings, the amount of dead plot lines, stuff that happens for no reason, it's pretty ridiculous. And also, the version that I have, actually the version that is publicized does not have the part where the basket is put over his head and the bees are put in.
Really?
Apparently that is only in the unrated cut.
But I watched it in theater and saw that.
Maybe you saw that cut. I don't know what it was.
I'm
But I
pretty
did
sure.
a search of it because I was waiting the whole time for that movie,
Scene, yeah.
for that scene, and it just skipped right over it. Didn't happen. And then I went on Reddit, and apparently this is a big thing. Everyone's just like, I brought this home for my parents to watch, and gutted that I didn't see this scene. This is the whole point of it. So, other than the "how did it burn" scene, that's the other big payoff. So, yeah, the movie makes no sense. I went to YouTube after and watched that scene that was just cut. They took parts of it and kind of like faded it into the background as like voiceover in the cut that I watched. So, yeah, it's strange. Wasn't ready for that.
So you haven't found the VHS for me yet.
I have not found the VHS.
Doesn't matter. It's not a first.
I haven't
anyway.
found much Nicolas Cage VHS. The only ones I find, The Rock.
I keep finding The Rock.
Con
I
Air.
went to the thrift store the other day, and there was The Rock right there.
Yeah, it's always.
And I look at lots online because I'm already looking at VHS lots anyway. And
yeah,
it's The Rock, and maybe It Could Happen to You or something like that. But
I haven't. I don't even have It Could Happen to You. I would take that one.
Really?
No.
Oh, that was the lot that I think I told you about, but it was sold or something.
I think it was like I have to buy the whole lot to get that one movie.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't want to do that. I was like, I just want one.
Sounds possible.
Yeah. It's Rock, Face Off, Con Air. Those are the ones I always see.
Yeah,
and Gone in 60 Seconds.
Raising Arizona once in a while, right?
I haven't seen that one.
No,
because I would have bought it. Don't have it yet.
You don't? Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have your list. I just need to actually reference it.
And the last one I watched, 2007, also Halloween fitting, Ghost Rider. Fitting that I watched it yesterday. This movie, the first time I watched it, I didn't understand what I was watching. And I was just like, I fit into the regular camp of everybody just like, yeah, it's fine. It's a movie. it's Nicolas Cage, sure.
But it's based on a comic, right?
Yeah, it's based on a comic book. It's a Marvel comic book. Okay. Watching it, having seen all of the Cage movies, again, I can appreciate things way more. Having seen a lot of the comic book movies that have come out since then, I really appreciate this movie a lot more now.
Hmm.
And I've actually marked this movie as an A. Not only because it's
Cage
Nicolas
and
Cage
cagey.
and he's super cagey in it, which makes it awesome if you want it for that. But like it's so comic booky. It's like panels put through in onto like film.
Hmm.
So it's very cool the way that's done. I like the effects. I like how it's basically just a modern western on motorcycles.
Okay.
It's like shootouts like the OK Corral basically. Like it's 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 pretty great. I would recommend watching Ghost Rider. So much so that I ended up looking around for a Ghost Rider video game. And there is one that exists on PS2. It was also at Good Time Games today, but
Oh.
water damage label.
Oh.
Oh, I did not buy it. Otherwise, it would be in my
I
collection.
guess you have a Halloween costume for next year.
I've been meaning to do it ever for years now, and especially now that I have mini bikes, I want to get the flames on the helmet and just ride around on the mini bike around the neighborhood on Halloween night.
Real flames?
No, like get one of the ones that like flickers the battery power and with a light on it, and
Mm.
it's got like streamers to make it look like flames. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. I was gonna do it on my actual motorcycle, but now that I have the mini bike, it makes way more sense to do it on a mini bike. Yeah, Ghost Rider, watch it. Eva Mendes, man, Eva Mendes is a good looking woman. She looks great in that movie. And the girl they found to play the younger version of her, I don't know. It's the spitting image of Eva Mendes. Maybe they must be related. I don't know. I didn't look
Hmm.
into it, but almost exactly the same.
Well, now you need to look at her now. And I'm
Who?
doing it right now. Raquel Alessi is the one
Okay.
that played her. And I'm curious if she looked like Eva
Oh,
Mendes
okay.
did 20 years ago, right? Or
Maybe.
she kind of does a little bit. Not as much, but pretty good.
Yeah.
She's similar. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Definitely worth a watch.
All right.
Definitely worth a watch. That's it. That's all my Nicolas Cage movies. I almost got 4. Only got 3.
Still not caught up. That's all that matters.
I'll get there. I'm getting there.
I'm gonna have to bust out the VCR and start watching some of these tapes you lent me.
Yeah. Get on it.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Instead, I'm searching Facebook Marketplace for Ghost Rider stuff. I found an action figure for you, like with the stand and everything.
Yeah.
Found a
Maybe
Lego Marvel kit set.
Maybe I'm a Ghost Rider fan now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
Funko Pop, blacklight
watching it,
reactive. Yeah.
I would compare it directly with Blade.
And I loved Blade.
I love Blade. And I really like Ghost Rider after watching it a second time.
Hmm.
So with the appreciation that
Now
I have.
I'm primed to like it, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
You need a G?
No. But if it's cagey, maybe. What do I have under G right now? The Gray Man. Streaming. So
you could get Ghost Rider in there.
even better if you found it on VHS, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to be on VHS.
I'm
I think it would
looking.
be too new.
I would buy that one on Blu-ray if I see it. I have to figure out
I found Blu-ray.
at what point do I want to switch? Because not all of his movies are available on VHS. So do I buy on VHS all the way I can up to DVD? But a lot of the DVD stuff is being put onto Blu-ray.
2 people on Facebook Marketplace with Ghost Rider on DVD.
Yeah.
$2 for that one.
That's got to be on a Blu-ray though. Ghost Rider's on Blu-ray?
Wait, that's got a Blu-ray. No, that guy's got DVDs. Yeah. He doesn't have it on both. He only has it on DVD. But his DVDs are $3.
Yeah.
If only there was websites we could check to find these things.
If only.
I don't see it. There is a
Well, I
PS.
had.
You said there's a PS2 game? Yeah,
There's
$15
PS2
in
game.
London and Hamilton. $15
Yeah.
in Hamilton.
It's going for like $20-$30 on eBay. So. Yep.
Well, this might be enough for the Ghost Rider section of the podcast.
No, way more. You need more Ghost Rider. Now I can't wait. Actually, and the second one I've never seen. So that one is a 3D Blu-ray. And I could get that one in before the end of the year, but I already have a G, but then I would get a Blu-ray, a 3D Blu-ray points list and a Nicolas Cage boost on that one. Yeah, we'll see. But I still have 8 more movies I need to get to.
Yeah.
I might just make them all 3D Blu-rays just to get the points. I'm at 66 points currently.
It's too many points.
Not enough. You imagine?
Not allowed.
I want to see the Retro Fandango boys. I want to see their spreadsheets.
Probably
Full
more.
of HD DVDs.
Apparently, I have Shadow of Mordor on Steam, by the way.
I do.
Along with the DLC.
Play it.
Yeah, I should play lots of things.
It's funny that once we have this challenge of like, oh, we're gonna watch all these movies and we're gonna do blah blah blah. I have a thing. I have to watch movies. I have to watch movies. What do I want to do? I want to play games. I don't want to watch movies. I want to play games now. But as soon as I have a chance, like, oh, you got to play a game. Play a game. I don't want to play a game. I want to watch a movie. I don't want time to sit.
Isn't that you're forced to?
Yeah, I feel like work.
Oh boy.
Well, speaking of challenges,
what about it? You want a challenge?
How's that N64 challenge going?
It's still not going.
Still, because I tried to rope your son into helping you.
Yeah.
Get through that at the Game Expo. I told him about the challenge.
Yeah, he wants to stream games.
Yeah, should stream an N64 game. It's easy now with HDMI.
You'd think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would think so.
Yeah.
It's hooked up somehow. I don't even remember anymore.
We got to come up with like a punishment. Something that motivates.
Not a chance. If that was the case, I'd just come up with 10 challenges for you right now.
You just won't do it.
Hey, ChatGPT, give me 10 challenges for a nerd.
Mine is a very easy challenge. One game in a year. Not hard. Not hard. You can come up with a challenge for me for next year. How about that? Is that your?
And I get to give it to you halfway through the year? Yeah.
No, I didn't. I gave it to you at least in February. I believe I gave it to you in January. I'll go back and listen.
I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. It's impossible. Well, is that an episode?
Unless you want to do a ChatGPT draft.
No, I think we're good. We're at 2.5 hours. Bill's screaming at us. Bill's screaming at us to stop.
I'm not going to lie. The ChatGPT draft is already loaded up.
Uh-oh. How long will it take?
I don't know. You tell me.
You're looking at it.
I'm looking at it. It's ready to go. All you need to say is yes. What's the topic?
All right.
What's the first item?
Okay, let's do it.
Donut flavors.
Donut flavors?
Yep.
Okay. And it's going to give us to it?
Yeah, we're doing 5?
We'll do 5, sure.
All right. First one is blueberry lemon glaze.
Ooh.
I've never had it. Should we skip it or not?
No, I've had it.
All right, I can picture it.
Blueberry lemon glaze, it's delicious. I would put that at a 3, 2 or a 3.
I'm debating whether it's a 3 or a 4 because I've never had it, but it's probably pretty good.
It's pretty
I don't
delicious.
love blueberry, but I do like lemon. I'm gonna just do it at 4. All right.
All right. I'll do 3.
We're gonna say next. ChatGPT says maple bacon bliss. It's gonna be 2.
Oh, you're putting up. I don't like the sweet and salty mix.
I like maple enough.
I like maple. I like bacon, but I don't like them together. I want them separate. I like maple bacon, but I don't want it on a donut. You know what I mean?
I do. Especially if it's more mapley.
I think I might put that one at a 5.
All right, you're allowed.
Yeah.
Next, matcha pistachio. I've never had that, but I'm gonna.
I wouldn't really count matcha as a donut, but
we can just skip it.
we'll
It says
skip that
earthy
one, yeah.
matcha glaze paired with sprinkle of crushed pistachios for a nutty crunch.
Is it actually matcha or is it matcha donut?
It says matcha pistachio.
Oh,
Matcha
okay. Well,
glaze.
it's up to you. You can, if you want to count it, we can count it. If not, it's up to you. I'm okay with it. Skip it.
I've never had it. I don't know.
Let's skip it. I haven't had it either. So
all right, I was gonna put it at 5 anyway. Because all right, next one, chocolate chili crunch, rich chocolate glaze with a dash of chili powder, sprinkle of crunchy coca nibs for a spicy twist. Skip it, or you want to?
It's up to you. This is your segment. You choose.
That's right. The next one, I don't know. It's going really fancy with these flavors.
Yeah, where's the regular ones? Where's the apple?
This one's raspberry rose.
I like raspberry.
Delicate rose water glaze topped with fresh raspberry drizzle and dried rose petals.
Sounds delicious.
Fuck. I'm gonna throw it at 3.
All right,
I like raspberry. I don't really like rose water. All right. Peanut butter jelly swirl.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a 2.
Strawberry jelly, sprinkles of crushed peanuts, and peanut butter glaze.
That's a 2.
Unfortunately, that's gonna have to go to 5 for me. I probably would have put the blueberry below it, but that's okay.
That's okay.
I'm not always a fan of peanut butter or peanuts. All right, this is our last one, and I only have number 1 left.
Me too.
Salted caramel pretzel.
Never had it.
You skip it, or you just picture what it's like?
A pretzel is not a donut.
I think they just put crushed pretzel. Yeah, it says crushed pretzel on top.
Oh, okay.
Smooth caramel glaze sprinkled with flaky sea salt and crushed pretzels for a salty sweet crunch.
Okay, I've never had it, so I couldn't.
All right, let's just do the next one. Cinnamon crucio. What the hell is that? So classic cinnamon sugar coating with a drizzle of lychee? What? Lychee? For extra sweetness? I have no idea. We're skipping that one too. I like cinnamon, but
yeah,
I don't know what the hell it is. Poppy seed, lemon poppy seed. Donut?
Good. I wouldn't call it number 1, but I guess I don't have a choice.
Me neither. All right, whatever. I don't care. That's our draft. Number 1, lemon poppy seed. Number 2, maple bacon bliss. Number 3, raspberry rose. Number 4, blueberry lemon glaze. Number 5, peanut butter jelly swirl is mine.
Okay.
And yours? How's it different?
I wasn't writing down, so
Oh, you weren't. You suck.
Lemon, raspberry, lemon. No, what was that one?
Lemon poppy seed.
That was number 1. Number 2 was the jelly and peanut butter one. Number 3 was, what was the first one we did?
Blueberry lemon glaze.
Yeah, blueberry lemon glaze.
Maple bacon.
Maple bacon was 5.
So then you had blueberry rose.
Blueberry rose is 4.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
We got there.
Done there?
We got it.
All right. You done with that?
Done with that. Is that the episode now?
It's up to you. Yep. I have more drafts, but I don't have to do any more drafts.
I'm in control. No, we're at time. We're at time. We got to leave the people wanting more. They're already tired of us. We overstep our bounds. They won't come back.
There's never wanting more. This podcast
They'll never
is
come
too
back
long
next
for
year.
wanting more. See you next year. Is that what you're trying to say?
This is going to be the next year. Yeah, we're going on to season 5. This is long. We've been around for a long time.
Yeah, shouldn't have ever said yes.
Well, too late now.
It's too late now. Stuck here forever, or at least until we finish the Nicolas Cage movies.
Yeah, I better slow down.
Just get them all done now, so you can do the rest on your own. How many do I have left?
A lot.
40.
A lot.
There's 114 movies.
I'm only
We did
4
roll-
movies behind you now. So catching up.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas. All that stuff. We'll probably, I don't know if we're going to record before Christmas or after Christmas, but we'll figure it out, I guess.
Yeah, I was looking at the calendar too. I was wondering about that because it's, yeah, busy
It's
times.
busy
times. I do have a lot of time off work though.
Yeah.
I have the entire week of Christmas off work.
Okay. Well,
And
we can always
then-
fit it in maybe on a Friday. We could fit this in after the podcast. We don't talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah, they want to know.
Yeah. Here's our business meeting. Follow us somewhere on Twitter. Do that, Not So Special Pod. I'm considering opening a Blue Sky. Seems like everyone's migrating to Blue Sky. Seems like that's where everyone's decided they want to be. So maybe we'll open up one of those. If not, thanks for listening, and we will see you all in 2025.